The crew of the Peaceful Intentions continued their hunt of Ithorian rebels on Telos. Firefight erupted along one of the roads after a very well-made ambush was counter-ambushed. Pursuing these dissidents into a small network of underground tunnels eventually culminated in a firefight on some hills within the forest. Ending, of course, as all firefights do, with a crushing defeat of the Peaceful Intentions enemies.
We're out of combat, right?
You are. I believe there was one Ithorian left who you had put in blinders. They're still unconscious.
So Braytech wants the doctor to do doctor things to him.
You want to give him a colonoscopy? You're gonna check his balls?
Master Braytech gets the full exam, if you know what I mean.
Well, is he going to do that?
You gotta remember, there's the Mr. Time delay.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Now, wait,
Just,
what?
yeah, just give it a minute.
I'm sorry, I stepped away for a moment, and I just got back. What happened?
You gotta let his computer catch up, if you know
I
what
wish
I
I
mean.
could just reach into Discord and slap the top of Mystery's computer.
I know, right? So, anyway, what do I need to do? What are you trying to ask me to do?
15 more enemies just showed up.
And you're in front.
The fucking,
Yeah.
how did that happen?
Bush Wookiees, mister. They're Bush Wookiees. Actually, one of them is a Wookiee. He's dual-wielding vibroblades.
And you're like right there.
Yeah, like they have
right
you
over you.
surrounded.
Oh, well,
But
then
don't worry, Braytech managed to get you his sword.
I threw it at you. Now roll for the damage it does to you.
Braytech would like some heals if you can manage to do that. We're out of combat.
Well, that I can handle. All that other shit, I was just going to shoot myself, because, yeah.
They'll never take me alive. Boom!
I do not survive in
Combat's over. Look out, Tenorok, behind you! You're surrounded! Tenorok doesn't even look, pulls out his blaster pistol and shoots himself.
Well, shit. I wonder if he knew we were joking.
All right, so I'm healing Braytech or 2 as well, or?
What do you mean as well?
I mean, since we're out of combat, who all needs it?
Pete only shoots me. I don't know what you mean.
I could use a little patching up.
Cool, I'll give everybody some patching up.
I am just below bloodied, so
yeah, I could also use some medical attention.
So it's only difficulty 1. It's difficulty 2 if they're above half.
Okay, all right.
Well, I have 10 of 23.
Okay, then it's difficulty 2 for him, because he's below half.
Oh, well, then this will be Gilbert's.
Alrighty.
Or Gilbert, but
Can you also juice me up with a stim? That'll completely reset me.
4, you get 6. Or 3, you get 6, I mean.
Oh, cool. I'm almost good then.
Yeah, and do you have any wounds or any strain or anything? Because I can relieve that with the 6.
No, I currently don't have any wounds, and actually, I do have a couple of strain.
I'll take care of that then. And now on to Master Braytech. Where's my medicine? Okay, make sure I'm doing it right. Okay.
Clotunian Cree.
His will be difficulty 2, you should say, Pete?
Yep, because he is above, or rather below. Wait, no, you said you're at 10 out of 23?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're below half. So it's
Actually, 10 out of
difficulty
22.
1. Still, it's below half. It's difficulty 1.
Yeah, you would need 12 wound for it to actually be difficulty 2.
Yeah. I somehow failed to successfully divide 23 by 2. Or 22 by 2.
So it's a 2 difficulty.
No, it's difficulty 1.
Single.
Ooh.
You get 6. Oh God. Not sure what all that.
Those would
Triumph.
remove crits, though I don't believe he has any.
I have 6 wounds.
I don't know.
Or, I mean, 6 strain.
Well, if he doesn't have any crits, then for each triumph you heal 1 additional critical injury.
Okay, so
I don't have any critical injuries. I just
Or,
have.
sorry, 1 additional wound, rather.
okay, then if that's 5 plus my other 3 for each, what is it? For each success, I add 1, so I'm counting would I count the triumphs as well? Since we're
Yes.
counting thing, so
Yes.
he gets then he gets a total of 10. No, add what is my fucking thing?
I mean, if it's more than 10, it just goes to 0.
No, it's 3. I add 3 to each. I add 3 more per rank per success.
Okay.
So it's 5 more.
So how much total do I heal?
I mean, no, you heal for 8. I'm sorry, 8.
Okay. What about the strain?
That's
And
the
you
advantages.
heal 3
Okay.
So are you still hurting? I can pop a stem.
It's only 2, so maybe just better go in the back to tank or something.
Well, I mean, are we got other things to do on this planet?
Yes.
I mean, and is Braytech needed right this moment? Because he's going to have to be in the bathtub tank half a day.
I think we'll have some time.
With only 2
to do
wounds, I
something
think
else.
he's good.
Okay, good. Fine. You can go with those 2. I don't like leading my meta bay with injuries. I got med kits. I got stem packs. I got the works.
Yeah, but we might need that stem pack later for the full amount.
Okay.
I mean, we have the ship in close proximity. He can get more.
No, it's more we might want the efficiency. Because we're
Yeah.
essentially losing healing if he heals him up with the stim pack right now. Because then the next one doesn't
Oh.
heal for as much. Even though we didn't
True.
get
Right,
the full
it's
heal
certain
from this
amounts
one.
a day. Yeah.
Anyway, if you could heal up Devati, that'd be nice.
He's injured too. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
he's still at 5 out of 11.
Alright, well, that is just barely below half, so it's
Right.
difficulty 1.
I'm gonna use a force. A destiny point.
Devati, a rock hits you up. No.
All right. You said you were. Oop. I didn't mean to roll that. I meant to do that.
Yep. So.
And now I have to look up how to edit this. I thought there
Yeah.
was a help function.
There is. I don't think there is a specific one for that, though.
Well, you just have what's his name not
I
roll.
mean, it's fine. We'll just expand the pool by 1. Don't worry about it.
You get a total of 9.
Oh wait, no, that's backwards. There we go. We'll just pretend like this one doesn't exist. The one to the furthest to the right.
Okay, I did
All
look
right,
up how to do it, though.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way, but I don't feel like looking it up.
You heal for 9 and receive 1 heal from strain if you had any strain. But a heal for 9, is that enough or?
Oh, plenty. I only had 5 wounds.
Okay. Doctor had to do a good job on the captain. Captain signs a paycheck.
Hey, there you go.
Just had to glue the hole in his head shut.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you're out in the middle of the jungle.
Is there a clearing nearby?
I mean, you kind of made one a ways back, didn't you?
That was the whole walk away, though.
True.
I mean, I
yeah,
can always drop the hard contact and they could just get in it. We could meet somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just trying to find a place where you can set down, it would not take you too long to find like a rocky spot where there are no trees. You can't exactly land, but you can hover low enough for people to get in.
Okay. Is that near enough that they can walk, or should I drop
Yeah,
the
yeah,
hard
no,
contact?
like walking distance.
Okay. Okay. All right, I'll relay that information to the captain. It's like, hey, if you want to get on the ship, there's a spot over that way.
Sure.
Did we loot the other bushwalkies?
I don't think you did
Nope.
any of that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no,
No,
we
we-
ended the session right at the end of combat. Yeah, we should loot the bodies of the dead ones. We do have
Mhm.
the prisoner. We should search him.
Yep. So you would find the same thing on him that you find on the others. All of them are carrying. None of them are wearing communicators. They're all carrying the same blaster rifles that they've been shooting at you with. Aside from that, they're just wearing heavy clothing, and several of them appear to be carrying, like, plasma... No, not that, the other thing. They're carrying welders.
Welders?
Yeah, you would have them on the ship that you would use to make repairs.
Plasma cutters or
No, the opposite. Red.
arc welders?
Like ion welders, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's something you would have in your ship for making basic repairs to the hull.
Okay, so
Fun.
could you use that to like cut through a hole?
Well, no, it's not for cutting, it's for sealing.
Okay.
Wait. If it's used for sealing, can we also use it for flooring?
Very nice. Why did nobody else laugh at that? That was funny.
I had my mic muted. You didn't hear me laugh.
I had Gilbert muted. What?
Oh, fuck you, Hayes.
Okay, no, that's funny.
Hayes, update your name.
I don't do that. That's the way.
Anyway,
Discord
that's what you
admins.
find.
What do you mean, Discord? We literally can't change your name, Hayes.
I thought you can.
No.
We don't have the ability to do that.
Oh,
You
so
outrank us.
That's the one thing they use the rank system for.
Yes.
It would appear
my
so.
God.
Hayes, there is literally no one in the chat channel whose name I can change.
No, you should be able to change. Oh, no, we can't even change Mister's name.
Yeah, Mr. has community legend, which outranks us as admins.
Hmm. Well, yeah, except he doesn't actually have any admin powers, so he can't do anything with that.
Right. He outranks us, but has no power.
It's just so you can't
something
assign
you do not grant you the
anyone
rank of
to
master.
that.
Precisely.
It's so you can't assign anyone that role because
That's why does it work like that? That's stupid.
Yeah, it has to be above your role for roles.
Yeah, the roles in Discord are linear.
Yeah.
Moonster Brotuck?
What?
Well, you know,
Moonster Brotuck is your name.
It's my favorite kind of cheese.
it is the cheesiest.
Hello.
Hey, Aiden.
Well, look who done showed up.
All right,
Anyway,
let's
that's
get
what you
this shit
find.
show on the road. How many blaster rifles did they acquire?
Well, there were 5 of them, so you could acquire 5.
Hot damn, we're rolling yellow tonight.
Yeah, so we take a prisoner, we load back up in peaceful intentions.
Mm-hmm.
If I recall, our mission was just to, get information about the attackers.
That is correct. That is all he asked you to do.
I think bringing back a live prisoner is pretty good on that front.
Yeah.
Hayes, was
but
that you? Actually, that's a rhetorical question. It was you.
I seen it too. I just didn't want to say anything.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Anyway.
so back to the base camp.
I mean, I feel like. Never mind.
Well, like this is just like an industrial place, right? They don't actually have like
Yeah.
holding cells and interrogators and all that.
They would not have that.
Right, so we
This
should
is like-
take him back to the actual, like, Imperial guy that gave us the mission.
Oh, sweet.
city?
Does that mean I can coerce people? I got coercion.
All right, I'll point the ship towards the city and start flying. I'll keep the scanners on, like basically a high pulse to, or a high frequency pulse to see if there's any stray humanoid-sized life signs. We might be able to pick up some more on the way back.
Mr. Brotok gets naked and goes in the bathtub.
Mhm.
The bathtub.
Yeah, with the bubbles.
Let's make sure to slap them on the ass with our towels.
Why do you think there's so many sponges by it? Your job is to give people sponge baths.
We should really get a droid for that.
A droid for slapping people on the ass with a towel?
Or sponge baths.
and
All the,
sponge baths.
All the bath tanks have droid. I've seen them in all the. They always have a droid near them doing something.
That's a medical droid.
Yeah, whatever, same thing.
We don't have a medical droid.
Bath droid, medical droid. We could get them cheap.
But anyway, I think we're
Hmm.
flying back to the city, and yeah, like I said, I'd like to keep the scanners on high intensity and not make a straight line.
Medical droid. You have a doctor.
This is
Yeah, you don't-
actually
You don't need a literal heal bot.
this is actually a prostitute droid pretending to be a medical droid.
I want a medical droid that just like sits by the bath tank and just says, "Do you want some more?"
You don't need a medical droid.
I know it's
That's
a bath
part of the
droid.
anyway.
Anyway, it sounds like you're going back to Citadel City.
I think
That's
so,
where we
yeah.
came from.
Yeah, that's where we had the guy we were talking to.
We're going back to that exclamation point on the mini map.
Yeah, you can do that. It takes like a couple hours. It's about well, no, it would just take 1 hour because you're only going a quarter of the way around the planet. Just by air.
Am I healed? Did I drink enough bath
After-
water?
After an hour? No.
I mean, during that hour, Branks, if you want to try interrogating the guy, feel free.
Yeah. Pete,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start asking this guy some questions.
Okay. It would be trivial for one of you, especially if it were Tenorok, to wake him up.
Can his only answer be I don't answer questions?
Well, if that's the case, it's a good thing I have ranks in Brawl.
Well, when he wakes up, the sort of membranes along the side of his weird bent hammerhead-shaped face sort of open up, and he makes a sound that none of you understand.
He's speaking Ithorian.
So, some of you would probably know that Ithorians are similar to Wookiees. They're not biologically capable of speaking Basic.
It's times like this we need a protocol droid.
Yeah, bath droid, like I said.
Your bath droid.
Does anybody here speak Ithorian?
Speak what?
Ithorian.
So, speaking Ithorian
I
is
didn't even
kind
know
of
that
like...
language.
It's kind of like speaking Shriwook, where it's difficult, if not outright impossible, to do. Like, you can certainly try.
Well, I should clarify that. I don't mean have the biological capacity to speak it, more knowledge of the
Understand
language
what
enough
they're
to
saying?
understand Ithorian.
What would that be? Would that be an education role? A lore
No,
role?
this would be knowledge xenology.
Where's that?
Genealogy? Okay, I
Yep.
can try that. I have a 5.
Alright,
Where's that?
yeah, sure, make a difficulty 4 knowledge xenology roll, Tenorok.
Because in all likelihood, the Ithorian knows basic. We simply need to know his responses.
Where's
Can I
that?
just turn the universal translator on the ship?
Not how that works. This is Star Wars.
What is
I know.
what is
That was the joke.
what is the difficulty?
Difficulty 4, mister.
Where's that?
Unskilled
Disco bot?
assistance, assume.
Where's that disco bot of ours? It's fluent in 10,000 forms of disco.
It can communicate in Ithorian beatbox rap.
So,
Mind if I use a destiny point?
Ah, go
Is
ahead.
it not necessary?
this is not really the thing you could provide unskilled assistance with.
Darn.
Yeah.
I
Unless you
heard an
had
Ithorian
career
say
in genealogy, I guess.
to me once.
Well, then, yeah, I suppose then if it didn't work out that you could give skilled assistance, you could still
Yeah,
go
well,
after
no,
it.
I have no idea what he's saying. In
Yeah.
fact, I think he's insulting us.
All right, then. Let's simply call ahead so that a protocol droid can be prepared and I can begin making inquiries.
Yeah, Tenorok, all that you're able to make out is something that you would interpret as an answer in the negative and something having to do with inquiries.
Okay.
Master, yeah.
And then once Brink says something about radioing ahead, I would turn to Devati and say, do you want me to open communications or remain radio silent? Radio silent.
I know how to work a communicator. I can do it myself. I'll
No, I was saying, do
call
you want me to
the,
remain radio silent so that we're not tracked by anybody else?
Nah, I don't give a shit. What are they gonna do? Shoot us
All right.
down?
Good luck.
I mean, they might try.
I mean, you're approaching a major city at this point.
Right. I mean, they'll be awfully advanced. Like, yes, these bush Wookiees suddenly deploy, rapid interceptors.
Hmm.
You see, like, an Ithorian with a Jawa on its shoulders aim an RPG at us from the tree line.
No, a large rock just slams into your ship out of nowhere.
Rocks fall.
Bounces off the deflector shield.
I knew there was Ewoks on this planet.
No, so what are you doing, Devati?
Calling that Imperial Commandant that we got the mission from, Robin something.
Yep, Robin Tarl. You could get through to him.
Robin.
I mean, maybe not directly, but you could call the command tower and
Yeah.
get his extension.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I call his command. I don't call him directly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it tells you to wait for an options menu, and then but before it does that, it repeats the options in every single language.
I just press 0.
Yeah, there you go.
And if it just starts repeating, I then press pound, and then star, and then 0 again.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
The communicator explodes.
Anyway, so yeah, you can get through to him.
And I let them know that, am I talking to him directly, or just some lower,
No,
functionary?
you're able to get through to him directly.
Okay. Well, we went to investigate the issues in the woods, and there is, in fact, some group hitting those guys. They were attacking using guerrilla tactics. We managed to lure them into attacking us where we were ready for them, and we have managed to capture one of them. Unfortunately, there were no interrogation facilities at the industrial site, so we're bringing him back to your command so that we can turn him over to you, so you can extract whatever information he might have on them.
Ah, splendid. I'll have a cell prepared.
I should warn you, he is a Athonian, so you'll probably need protocol droids.
Noted.
we'll talk to you soon in person then.
Yep, he would hang up once you're done arranging things.
And I assume he tells us, like, where to park, where to take him to deliver him, and all that.
Yeah, no, he would have told you that they'll meet you out on the landing pad with somebody to take the prisoner into custody.
Excellent.
And so, unless you're doing anything else, that is what happens.
Oh man, so I don't get to ask him questions? Shit.
I mean, our mission was to provide them information. We've given them a guy that has all the information. They just need to extract it from him. I don't see why we need to interrogate him.
I say mission accomplished. Let us get paid and move on.
Well, this is like a favor for a favor type thing. Like, we help him. He helps us with that, getting us an audience with that rebel spy that he captured.
Oh yeah. Well, let's see about getting that.
Well,
We held up our end of the deal.
Well, you wanna see a prisoner? Giving us a prisoner is certainly agreeable. But yes, I can arrange a meeting with the individual you described. They're being held in a prison camp on Exodine. I've informed them that you'll be coming at some point in the near future and given you authorization to conduct an interrogation.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Well, if that'll be all, then on your way.
Well, we will see you around, I guess. And I leave.
Mm-hmm.
Exodine? Where the fuck is Exodine?
Exodine, if you look on the map at the big red line that sort of cuts through the middle of the galaxy, right above where Corellia is.
Oh, okay, wow, that's way the fuck in the core.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's near Duro and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's along the Hadean Way.
Yep. Which you are currently on.
We're currently at Telos. Right, well, unless you guys want to do something here at the spaceport, I think we head over to Exodine.
A little bit of buy and selling on our way.
Yeah, let me boot up the spreadsheet. Because I think we'll be doing some trading on the way there.
My healed yet?
No, it's only been like a couple hours at most.
They have 2 wounds. A little spit, a little grease. Fix them up.
I mean, you could always jam yourself with a stim pack if you're so impatient.
It's not per session, technically. We want to finish armoring up the our contact next we land.
I mean, we can. Are we going to do that now or when we get to Exodine?
Well, we needed money, so I suppose we did the trades before this, though. Or
yeah,
after
but we
this.
could do it when we get to Exodine and have even more money.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, wait,
Yeah.
yeah, I was just thinking of things to spend money on, and then we have that other system that I proposed for Gilbert's armor,
Which one?
the ship systems one.
Oh, yeah. I think I want to spend that last spot on some Cortosis.
Okay.
Alrighty, so yeah, I think we leave and do bulk trading on the way to Exodine.
Alright. Let's see, that is 11 steps on the old map.
Right, and so, like, I'm looking at the bulk trading. So first we make that knowledge core worlds check, or is this outer rim?
No, this would be core worlds.
All right. Hey, Tenrak, you're good with core worlds knowledge, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Could we like get together and have him? You know, we do like a skillful check since we both have ranks in it, and he's more intelligent than I am.
Yeah, you can do that. The difficulty for this is only 2 because the average rarity modifier of this route is -1.
So do we use the light side or no?
This is just to determine the number of steps. Nah. Let's save them for determining like profit and stuff.
Okay. So what is it if you're helping? Skilled assistance? What is that? A boost die?
No, it's you're using one person's attribute and the other person's skill, or characteristic.
How many ranks in core worlds do you have?
1.
Right, so we'll use your ability since you have a higher intellect than me, and I'll provide skilled assistance with my 1 rank, since it says the trader has to be involved.
That is true.
So what is that? My role?
It's basically the same role as you, because I only have 1 rank in core worlds anyway. So it's the same. It's your just core worlds rank. Check.
So what does skilled assistance give then?
It allows him to make the check instead of me.
Ah.
Could you give unskilled assistance instead, since it sounds like it'd give more?
Oh, so yeah, because you're not getting a dice from the skilled assistance.
Or do?
No, we're
Yeah,
not.
what is?
And, I mean,
Aid
an
in your
upgrade is
hot
generally worth more than a boost die.
Okay, I only have 1 rank in core worlds. So does Mister.
Okay. Oh, then it doesn't matter.
Right, but if mine counts as unskilled, then Mister gets to add a blue die to his roll.
Yeah, sure.
That's kind of weird how the skilled assistance isn't as valuable as the unskilled.
Well, it's not valuable at all if it doesn't do anything. The skilled assistance is more valuable. I'm not sure where you're getting that.
In the way we end up using it, more often than not, it's not as valuable. Because usually the person you're trying to assist already has better ranks and the attribute than the person
then,
assisting.
Yeah, well then you're not able to give them skilled assistance because they're just better
Right.
at it than you.
Our characters are specialized to the point where oftentimes there's no one who can provide skilled assistance to the person doing the
Yeah.
check. That's what we mean.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, well,
but-
and then on top of that, usually you have the most skilled person making the roll anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely doesn't come up as often. The mechanic exists so that your skills are, like, transferable to one another.
Right. Okay, so he got 2 successes on that.
He did.
And you said it was 11 sectors?
It was 11 sectors.
So 13 stops.
Correct.
Okay. How many days would that take us?
It would take you 11 days.
And then let's see. Okay.
After 11 days, your 2 wounds, Braytak, would be more than healed.
Alright, then I gotta make a negotiation check. And this is the big one that determines a lot of our profit margin, so I'm gonna use a light side point.
Alright. The difficulty is only 2.
Anyone given unskilled assistance? Because why not?
And you get unskilled assistance for that?
I don't see how you guys would be helping me with this.
I mean, I have like my black market contact stuff. We might be able to get black market goods, but I know a thing or two about trading.
You know, I'm going to say with that, you could give him unskilled assistance, Nevin.
Cool.
Yeah, because we're never going to use the black market contacts, so I just,
No, I mean, there is...
I just needed it on the way down the tree, so I have 2 ranks in it.
You can use this entire system I've come up with to trade on the black market as well.
Yeah, but I don't have the presence that he does, so it's pointless for me to do any trading. My
yeah, I'm
character's
better
built
off.
around-
We're better off working in the white market with the way my character is set
That
up.
is true.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, I have the black market contacts, but he has the presence for the white market contacts. So, like, I have agility and cunning, but I have no puffing of chestings.
Okay, so base profit margin 5% plus the rarity modifier.
So 24%
Okay.
plus 5 is 29.
Yep. And then I have 6 advantages, so we can basically we can max out at the 50 per encumbrance.
No, we're not doing that, remember?
We're not. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot
did
about that,
with
sorry.
the changes.
Yeah, no, we ran the math on it and we decided that makes it too swingy, so we just axed that part of it.
Okay. All right. So the total trade value. All right. Here is how my math shows it all working out.
Yeah, that looks about right.
Seems reasonable for 11 days worth of trading.
Finally, we're not broke. Ugh.
So I assume, is there any problems with us arriving at Exodine that we need to worry about?
No, not really.
Okay.
Exodine is a major port, but it's not like there's not actually a ton there. It's just sort of a stopover where the entire place is mostly dedicated to exchanging cargo, and there's also a prison there.
Right. You said it takes 11 days.
Yeah, the math works out that way because you have a Class 2 hyperdrive.
Right. When's that next instance of the loan due?
Ah, I'm glad you brought that up. Let's see. 11 days. So... Yeah, so as you near the end of your journey, that payment would be due.
Okay. So we have enough to pay it, so I'll just pay it. It's 4K, right?
Yep, 4K.
All right. So with all that trading done, we have like 17,000 to spend on stuff if we need it.
What was that total that you gave us, Pete, that we spent half on the speeder? For armoring it fully?
Yeah, I should have written that down.
I want to say it was like 20 and we spent 10.
Yeah,
I don't
actually,
think
yeah,
that's right.
No, I think that does sound right.
That sounds right? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you spent 10 to sort of armor it halfway to the
Yep. Yeah, we got 10 and 3.
So if you'd like to spend another 10,
Nah, not yet. Keep it for emergency funds.
Well, yeah. If you're done with your trading, you would be able to find the Imperial prison camp on Exodine. It's far away from the port, isolated.
We
The,
should be able to land there.
Yeah, the whole planet of Exodine is sort of. It's not completely barren, but it's close. A lot of it is just like sort of gray, rocky, dusty wasteland. The prison camp, as you find out when you get there, is a big cylinder into the ground, like a big hole.
Ah, so the only way out is up.
Yeah, the whole thing is buried, and they let you in through a gate on the surface.
Right, because, they were born in the dark. We only adopted it.
Exactly. It's the Lazarus Pit.
Okay, yeah, but we land at the wherever guests land at the prison.
Yep. Yeah, you would land at the same loading dock they use for like food and supplies and whatnot.
Okay.
And yeah, if you were to present your credentials to the warden there,
Which I would.
which you would, they would be able to identify you and verify that you are who you say you are. And they would give you your interrogation with the specified prisoner, Kel Zeora, the captured rebel.
Kel Zeora, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Well, Brinks, I think it is time for some interrogation.
Indeed. Yep.
So they would set you up with like the typical interrogation room, metal table, one-way window. The rebel prisoner is sitting across from you with the there's a metal chair with a pair of blinders.
And it's one of those specially designed chairs that there's like no comfortable sitting position on.
Exactly.
It has anti-lumbar support.
Mm-hmm. It's got one of those backs that like curves convexly forward, so you have to like you can't quite lean back against it. It's just like
it's like if you take a chair back that has lumbar support, but you accidentally mount it upside down on the chair.
Yeah, it's like they inverted the lumbar support. It's lumbar anti-support.
Alrighty. What are we actually here for, though, Under?
No, we're trying to find out about the genetic code from that guy from that shipment.
Right, but what does this guy have to do with it?
It's actually a woman.
What does the woman have to do with it?
She's like one of the originators of the shipment, if I recall.
Yep. So you found out on Spirana from Soren Brandt, the sort of garrison commander on that planet who turned out to be a double-dealing traitor of sorts, that he got that, he uncovered a rebel spy on Spirana, which is who this is. And I have this in my notes, but I didn't write down the exact parts of it that he actually told you.
So here's my question then. Do we want to good cop, bad cop this? Branks will go in and be unreasonable. That way Davadi is even more reasonable than he already is by comparison.
Oh yeah, but anyway, what Soren Brandt told you is that he assisted the spy in getting that package passed along to those people you found on Nar Shaddaa, the Foe brothers. And then immediately after that, he turned her in.
Classic double dealing.
Yeah. So he accepted a bribe to help smuggle this illegal package that ended up in your hands after a series of misadventures.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately turned in the spy who paid him to do that.
Yeah, I bet they didn't see that one coming.
Mm.
So how do we want to do this then, Under?
I mean, if you want to play the bad cop, go right ahead.
Alrighty. Brinks will start off with Brinks will start off as bad cop.
Yeah, like we walk in there. I just sit down calmly, with like the comp pad in front of me, and then Branks is looming behind me, and he just starts off, while I'm still reading stuff.
Yeah,
Right. Well,
yeah,
as
we'll
a-
go with that.
As a Mandalorian and a Twi'lek walk into this interrogation chamber in an Imperial prison, the first thing she would ask is, who the hell are you two?
And immediately starting with the intimidation.
Alright.
We ask the questions here, Pound's table.
Alright, how exactly does your ability work again? I forget.
Well, intimidating. I may suffer a number of strain up to ranks in intimidating to downgrade difficulty of coercion checks or upgrade difficulty when targeted by coercion checks by an equal number.
Ah, very good. Okay. In that case, the difficulty of this, thanks to your... Well, I'm assuming you're using this ability. How many ranks in it do you have? Just one?
2.
2. Okay. In that
2
case...
ranks of intimidating and 2 ranks of coercion.
Okay. And... yes. If you're using your intimidating to the fullest extent, then that would reduce the difficulty to only 4 purple.
Can he get like assistance?
No. But we do have a light side point he can use.
Who's with him? Is just
I am.
him and Devati?
Yeah, you guys are probably on the other side of the one-way mirror.
You should have took
I
Braytac
mean,
with him.
I mean, you can help him
Please.
be intimidating, Devati. It's just going to get in the way of your good cop, bad cop routine.
Right, which is why I'm not providing him help. Like we
Yeah,
got
I figured.
we got a strategy going in here.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
Yep. Also, I don't think Braytac has ranks in coercion.
Yes, but Braytac is a giant with a sword.
Yeah, but he's too
And-
socially awkward to be intimidating.
Yep.
He's like, you have to do what I say.
Actually, it's more like he would walk into the room. Hi, I don't answer questions.
I knew that was coming.
He walks into the interrogation room, sits down, says, I don't answer questions. Gets up, walks out.
All right, yeah. If we could burn a light side point.
Absolutely. We got plenty of them to burn.
Hang on, I have to go see my lawyer.
All right. Okay. So the 2 ranks and 2 strain I take downgrade the difficulty to purple.
Purple.
Well, here we go.
What are we doing?
Yeah, she's not fazed by this.
Mm.
Who are you
Suck as an
coercing?
interrogator.
They're trying to good cop, bad cop. They tried bad cop first, and it's not working.
Well, yeah, because she has 4 fucking purples as her difficulty.
Bad copying who?
So yeah, I
As
speak
for
up at that
reduced
point,
difficulty.
and just interrupt and say that won't be necessary, Branks. I'm sure Ms. Kelzniza, or whatever her name is,
Kelzera. Here, I'll spread it.
Kelzera, is probably going to be willing to answer at least a couple of our questions.
Not likely, but go ahead.
Alrighty. So, you arranged a shipment with on Sperano with this Commander Brandt, yes?
Now that's a new one. I've certainly told them that, though none of them would believe me, considering he's the guy who turned me in. And, they would never take my word over his.
I don't find Commander Brandt to be particularly trustworthy, which is why I'm here. Let me put it this way. I do believe that you helped him with a shipment. And I'd like to get some details on that as part of my investigation into Commander Brandt, the person who put you here.
Well, you've got that the other way around. He helped me with the shipment.
Oh, do tell then.
Yeah. I mean, this would line up with what Commander Brandt told you, which is that he helped her smuggle this that package that you guys intercepted to Nar Shaddaa. But she was the one who wanted that smuggled. It wasn't him.
Right, but so out of character, Pete. Easiest way to get the correct answer to a question is to post the wrong answer.
Yes, the old
I told her fake information, or I told her incorrect information intentionally so that she would correct me and therefore lead into her telling me a story about what actually happened.
The old Stack Overflow gambit.
Basically. So yeah, once she confirms that at least the story we got from Commander Brandt at least matches up with her version of events, which means he didn't lie to us.
So far.
So far.
Yep.
And I then say, what was the contents of the shipment?
Why should I tell you that? That's got nothing to do with Commander Brandt. He only helped me.
Yes, but you see, Commander Brandt is suspected of being a traitor to the Empire.
Oh, you're kidding. After he helped a known rebel spy?
Oh, no, you misunderstand. We don't believe he's helping the rebellion. Rather, certain other factions. You were essentially a cat's paw. He used you to further his own political side.
He used me to further his side by helping me do what I was already going to do.
Yes.
Okay, and why should I tell you the specifics of that?
Because he's going to do more damage to the rebellion where he is if we don't have that information.
Well, you said he was a traitor. In a way, he's almost helping the rebellion.
Who would you rather the rebellion be facing, him or the Empire?
Both.
Well, you face both, but right now you're dealing more with the Empire.
A fractured empire is a weak empire.
And helping him will push it away from being fractured towards solidifying one way or the other, which is bad for you then.
Explain how.
If any one side wins, they're united. And then you're rebelling against a united front instead of a distracted, fractured front.
And you're telling me that these Imperial traitors he's helping would pose more of a danger than the Empire as it currently stands. Even if it were all together and there were none of these breakaway warlords causing all the havoc.
He helped you to help some of these warlords to take over more Empire space, to begin solidifying their control. And you're right, that does help the rebellion, the infighting and all of that. You're absolutely correct on that. Problem is, it's shifting the balance away from a stalemate, which drains resources and distracts attention, to one side winning. And when that side wins, they're only going to have one enemy left to turn towards, your rebellion. And so it is in your best interest, or best interest of the rebellion, I should say, that this fractured empire stays fractured. And so giving me that information will work towards that end.
Okay, so before we continue with this, it is worth noting that even at this point, the warlords are not even approaching like the sort of the 50% mark in terms of how much Imperial assets they control compared to Coruscant. So like what?
But they are gaining.
They are gaining, but they're not.
Right. What I'm trying to do here. So.
We're trying to present like a slippery slope argument, kind of.
Yes, I'm using the fact that I'm a political background.
Mm-hmm.
So I have knowledge of how politics work.
Yeah.
We've got information on how these guys are gaining on the Empire. Which therefore means one of them is going to, and therefore trying to then paint a possible future where this one of these warlords wins. And that would be very bad for the rebellion in the New Republic.
Okay.
And I'm trying to be charming about this. I'm trying to lead her into this argument how I've got my job to investigate this guy, but ultimately this will also serve, Republican interests because it will serve to keep people infighting rather than solidifying gains.
Yeah. All right. Roll negotiation. Or, well, what would you be trying to roll out of that?
Charm.
Charm. Yeah, roll charm.
Okay. And I'm going to burn a light side point on this. Is there a difficulty?
Yep. The difficulty... for this, it'll just be the base 4 purple. Oh, yeah.
It's
Alright,
fucking Devati.
I'll tell you what I know, but I can't blame you if whoever your superiors are don't believe you, or if anything bad happens to you after you find out what I'm going to tell you.
The risk is on us.
Well, the packet that I had to smuggle to Nar Shaddaa, along with the test subject, came from an Imperial research installation.
What?
Which one?
Oh, it's not any you'd know about. It's on a, its location is entirely secret, although I do know how to get there. As for what exactly they're researching there, I still couldn't tell you. I was only able to smuggle out what I was able to smuggle out, which wasn't much.
A genome packet in the test subject.
Correct. It's clearly biological in nature, but beyond that, I couldn't make anything of it. I'm not a scientist.
Really?
And forgive me, but yes, I figured this was Black Site. That wouldn't be one of the publicly known ones. Where is this research facility located?
Well, before I tell you that, why exactly should I? I can't just use this as a bargaining chip with the Empire, which you clearly don't work for, at least directly. I'm not going to sell them the location of their own Black Site.
The Empire bureaucracy is such that I wouldn't be able to get that information through normal channels. And so, you.
So you're asking me to give this because you want it personally?
because I intend to follow up on it. I intend to go there and find out what they're researching. And why, a renegade commander would help the rebellion smuggle out a test subject and a packet of genome data from it. Something doesn't smell right here. Does this smell right to you? Do you really think that was a good idea?
If that really is your game, I can help you get there.
At what cost?
Rebellions are built on hope.
Well, it'll be no cost to me. I'll only need access to a datapad. See, the research installation is hidden on a world only accessible via secret hyperspace route, which I went to great lengths to steal the coordinates to.
Did many Bothans die for that information?
Well, I simply handed her the data. Remember I said I walked in there and was doing like paperwork on a data slate, just faking it? Yeah. So I just handed her the data slate and says, well, feel free.
Yeah. So, you hand her the data slate open. Oh my god, now you've got me doing it, you motherfucker. No, you hand her the data pad with like a somewhere to take notes down, and she then starts typing out just a ridiculously long string of numbers, like longer than anybody should be able to memorize. It takes her like a minute or two to get through this, and then she pushes it back over the table to you.
What race is she?
Human.
Huh.
I raise an eyebrow at that. That's an interesting trick.
Yeah, I wasn't chosen for this mission for no reason.
Fair enough.
Does she seem like she's had cybernetics added into her head?
I'm not sure how you would determine that.
Metal detector?
I could split open her head.
I don't know. Really, really good camera in the helmet.
Not that good.
Did
Fair enough.
I mean, there's an on-site infirmary, right? Would it be standard procedure for them to do a medical checkup on prisoners coming in?
Yeah, you think so. I mean, it's
Okay,
not
so we can
for-
ask for their scans or whatever of her before we leave.
Yeah, I mean, in a universe where people can have like subdermal blasters like embedded inside them, yeah, that would be standard.
Wait, that's
Especially
an
for-
option?
Yeah, it's in the book.
Oh, shit. Nevin wants an upgrade.
All right. Yeah, so I'm curious. Did you personally go to this black site and retrieve this information and subject?
I did, and I was able to get out on one of their supply barges. I couldn't stay there long without my cover being blown, but I was able to smuggle out that one cadaver along with the information carried with it.
Brinks is gonna use the built-in helmet comm. Do you think we should try taking her with us?
Prison break?
No, not prison break. Convince
Break?
yeah, see if we can convince them to lend us this prisoner for, imperial security type business.
Might be worth a shot.
He already seems more familiar with the installation than we are, and going in blind to an Imperial black site is a surefire way to get killed.
Only if we're not supposed to be there. But regardless, and I started addressing the prisoner again. Well, that is certainly interesting, and that would explain a lot of why Commander Brandt was so willing to help you, since he would be able to skim some of this information. Probably why he attempted to intercept the package after he sent it out from Sperana. Though I'm curious, while you were doing all of this, did you end up with any contacts with the Hutts about this package?
The
And this
Hutts.
Yeah.
No, we don't deal with the Hutts.
Interesting.
I believe that's more the Empire's game.
Well, it was more Brant's game, I think, at this point.
You're saying he's not only a traitor, but he's also dealing with the Hutts.
Well, one side is, and it wasn't us. You say it wasn't you. That does tend to paint a certain picture.
Hmm. No, I had no dealings with the Hutts. They only help me in the sense that they keep the Empire out of our hair on the Smuggler's Moon.
Fair enough. The Hutts are good for that. Do you know why you were sent to get this information from this black site? What the... Because this doesn't add up. Like, is this supposed to be some type of bioweapon that they're planning on using?
I was unable to determine it, but
Well, why did the rebellion send you in?
we
What did
believed
they
it-
hope to gain?
We believed it had some kind of strategic importance that would help the war. For them.
Right, and obviously you wished to steal a copy so that you could level the playing field.
Yes, or if not that, at least prevent whatever they're making there from being used.
Which means you weren't able to sabotage it, you were just able to steal this stuff, is what you're saying.
I was only able to recover a moderate amount of information, and even then, not enough to paint a complete picture of what exactly it is they're doing there.
Was Commander Brant aware of the black site?
Commander Brandt wasn't aware of anything. He was just all he did was help me get that package to Nar Shaddaa. He didn't want to know anything about the package itself. Very hands-off like that.
Well, I think he wanted to appear to be hands-off, considering what ended up happening.
What ended up happening?
I'm afraid the test subject was destroyed en route by Hutt pirates.
Well, you speak as if you know of it. What happened to the data packet? Was that destroyed as well?
No, that was in the escape pod with me.
And how did it end up in your possession?
We were a cutout. And we did not appreciate being cut out, so here we are.
It takes her a second to gather your meaning, and then after that she just starts, like, laughing a little bit, realizing exactly how it is you're involved in this.
Yeah, we were the patsies y'all hired to transport that shit.
Oh, that's... So you took a job from him, and now you're here.
Oh, no, none of this works that directly. We took a job from someone who took a job from someone who took a job from someone from him. And then they tried to kill us. So now we're following it up the chain to find out where the fuck this came from here. And we are ensuring that they are having bad days as a result. Commander Brandt is currently in Imperial custody pending a trial for treason. He is likely to have been shot by now.
I don't know if you know that.
You told us that they were arrested for and all that. Because remember we helped with that whole thing on Sperana?
The fleet was recalled to Coruscant, and that could only be bad.
The fleet was recalled to Coruscant.
And I'm extrapolating.
Yes. I don't believe you know that for certain, though.
For certain, no. But none of this is certain.
It would certainly follow Imperial MO.
To avoid public embarrassment, you simply recall them, and then he's quietly transferred to a desk job, and then some corruption is found, and he's charged with treason and shot. But it never really hurts the fleet because he was at a desk job when that happened.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
Well, I've told you all I know.
There is one bit of information left, I think. Who is the ultimate recipient supposed to be?
The ultimate recipient. It was supposed to get to Alliance Command so that they could have one of their people decode all of it. Find out exactly what it was, if they even could, from what I gave them. Of course, with the test subject destroyed, I'll doubt they'll be able to do that.
Most unfortunate. But unfortunately, the test subject in his cryogenic form was simply unable to fit in the escape pod, so we took the data and ran. Damn pirates.
Yeah, well, even out of the carbonite slab, he wouldn't have lasted long. That's why I put him on ice, so to speak.
Indeed, we weren't willing to risk defrosting him in the middle of a firefight. But you have been most helpful, so thank you. And as I stand up and, we're moving to leave, I'm going to turn to her as we get to the door and say, do keep yourself alive. I'd like to talk to you again sometime. And then I just walk out.
All right, you walk out.
Brains is going to push the chair back in.
the Mandalorian straightening up before he leaves.
Yeah, and so I give the who's the guy who does all of our astrogation stuff?
I don't know.
That'd be me.
That'd be Nevin. Yeah, I transmit to Nevin the astrogation data that she inputted into the pad.
Yeah, so this data, which was apparently handwritten by this woman, is the data for a like every time you make a lightspeed jump, you have to make the calculations to jump to lightspeed. This code that she's given you is the result of doing that by hand.
So I'm sitting there plugging it in the computer, and my eyes are just getting bigger and bigger. Like, you're saying she wrote this all down from memory?
Apparently.
Devada, your voice has gotten deeper.
Seriously.
I do think we need to talk to the warden, though.
You can talk to the warden.
Are we thinking on dragging her along?
Hey, Brinks, I'm assuming you're talking about this possible dragging her along on the... You getting good scans of the interior while you're in there?
Did I?
I mean, your suit's got enough bullshit in its fucking helmet.
Yeah, I mean, did I, Pete?
What exactly do you mean by good scans?
Layout, etc.
I mean, you can remember what the layout is. You don't have like a structural building scanner in your helmet.
It doesn't have an auto mapper?
No, it doesn't have Doom's auto map function.
I wasn't thinking Doom. I was thinking more like Dark Forces.
I mean, oh yeah, that's not Doom Engine, but it's close.
It's Quake Engine. It's like the same thing.
Well, I believe it runs in the Jedi Engine, but I forget exactly where that comes from. I know it's like a fork of Doom, I think.
Yeah, it's the Jedi Engine is basically an offshoot of pretty sure it was Quake.
The Quake engine was fun. Quake was fun.
Didn't
It was just Doom
Dark Forces
revisited.
exist before Quake, or am I
Dark
that?
Forces was 96.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, the old.
I mean, if needed, we can speak to the warden, get a good old work release program set, hopefully.
Yeah,
And if
but I
we
was
ever
asking
need-
that question in the event that we don't get the work release.
In that case, we can always go back for a second chat. I can get a little too. I could say we can go with a little too intimidating, and good old Tenorock could maybe whip something together to make her seem dead. Then we just need to
He'd stay in the
get
prison
body out of the
processing
garbage.
facilities.
Assuming they don't incinerate the corpses.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Star Wars. Fire is a go-to removal system.
Yeah, we just dump her down the local bottomless pit that is installed in all Imperial facilities.
Yep. We just have to be inside the bottomless pit. We can grab the body.
So, what exactly are you doing?
Well, first I'd like to go to the warden and ask if I can see the medical records of Kelzorina, or whatever her name is. Ah, there it is. Kelzora.
Yep, close enough.
Yeah. And I'd like to be sure Dr. Tenorock is with me when we're doing this part.
Yeah, you can do that, but however, the warden would tell you that while you're... Actually, she would probably have a couple things to say. The warden's also a woman, I've decided. Well, first of all,
Quality.
I overheard your conversation, and this sounds like it's way above my pay grade. However, I was only given authorization to provide you with a single interrogation, not medical records or anything else.
But you did do a medical scan of her when she came in, correct?
As standard procedure.
Did she have
We
any
didn't find
cybernet?
anything. No. And
Curious.
if she did, we would have removed them.
Well, you overheard what she was talking about, right? However much you may forget about that as soon as we leave.
Which part are you referring to?
The part that would give us reason to suspect she had a cybernetic memory device.
If she had something like that, our scans would have found it.
Right, and that's what I'm asking, is if your scans found that. That's why I wanted to see your medical records. So, yeah, if you're saying that she had nothing of the sort on her, then we don't need to see the medical records.
Then, in that case, you don't need to see the medical records.
Excellent. You said you were authorized to let us perform an interrogation,
Which you have.
which we started. Do you have any constraints on how long an interrogation may take, or where it takes place?
What are you asking for here?
Well, you said you overheard it, which means you know that where this is going.
I maintain that I do not know where this is going.
The prisoner may have additional information that would be useful in the field. We would like to take her with us as an extended interrogation trip.
I have no authority to grant that to you or anyone.
While you may not have the authority to grant that, do you have any really necessary obligation to prevent it?
Do I have the obligation to prevent you from walking out of here with a highly valuable prisoner?
Is she that valuable? Doesn't sound like she's provided you with anything up till now.
I mean, do I need to tell you what will happen to me if I let you just waltz out of here with a rebel spy?
Only if we get caught.
Well, obviously I'm not going to allow that to happen.
So we're on the same page then. We just won't get caught.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm trying to lead the warden to, Pete, is he knows this is above his pay grade, and I'm trying to lead him to the point of, yes, you can't allow us to take the prisoner. I understand. But our interrogation isn't finished. Is there a way you can just leave her in that room for the next several hours?
You're free to continue your interrogation, but I cannot allow you to take the prisoner anywhere outside that room.
I understand. You're denying the request we made. That's perfectly all right. I would not want you to exceed your authority. I also wouldn't want, would it be acceptable then, given her high value status, for some of my ship's security to also be outside the interrogation room, given the expertise she has displayed.
That's perfectly acceptable. What exactly are you suggesting here?
Oh no, I'm just trying to lighten your load. Because with our security troops right there, there's really no need for yours to be in the area.
No. I can't simply entrust guarding the prisoner to anybody, even if you do have clearance from someone above me. That
Captain,
clearance
how
was
oily
only
is Palm's
was only that clearance was only granted for the provision of an interrogation, nothing more.
I think we understand each other.
Do
Hey,
we?
Captain, how oily do his palms look? Could they be more oily than they are now?
This woman's palms look incredibly dry and cracked, and you don't think she understands you at all.
Oh, that was over the radio, so... I'm on the ship. Do I go anywhere?
I don't know, do you?
So she doesn't look like she's understanding what I'm putting down.
You think she's probably being willfully ignorant about what you're trying to suggest.
This prison garrison duty isn't really a... This is out of question. This is out of character. Is prisoner garrison duty kind of like a shit job that they give the screw-ups?
That depends on the kind of prison. This is the kind of prison that's holding, like, rebel prisoners, which are considered of high strategic value. So this would be a somewhat prestigious job, if not a terribly, like, glamorous one.
Got it.
But-
Right. So
but
she
this-
doesn't have like a company of screw-ups that she just wants to get rid of by posting them between us and our ship.
No, I mean, this is like... It's not Guantanamo Bay, but it's similar.
Got it. Okay.
Brinks is gonna helm com again. Couldn't we just go over her head? We do have contacts in the Imperial Security Bureau.
Well, yeah, but it'd be a lot easier if we didn't have to use those. Hence my questioning and how very much she doesn't seem to want to play along, but fine, we can go over her head.
I'll say we could always leave a couple thousand credits for her.
If you can't subvert, outmaneuver. And I get the impression she's the type of officer who will take deep personal offense to under the table transactions.
Yeah, we're probably reading like a bunch of spooks to her.
I mean, at this point, we basically are.
Imperial
a fucking
spooks.
Mandalorian and a fucking giant man with a sword.
Yeah, and a Twi'lek, and we're all talking about, skullduggery type horseshit.
Skullduggery, covert ops, and black sites. We are a fat load if she does not want to deal with that. Yeah, seriously, let's just get some clearance from over.
You guys have, like, career-ending screw-up written all over you. And she wants nothing to do with this.
We are a living, breathing, walking, resume-generating event.
Yeah, so let's just go over her head.
Yeah, let's go over her head. So we go back to our ship. I think the warden for her time, and we will. We'll leave the security troops as we said, but
Also-
we'll be back on our ship.
If we're able to acquire the rebel operative, this does seem to provide us with potentially a type of leverage over her, in that we have effectively ended every other font of information related to this black site. By taking her with, if she fucked those coordinates in any way, it guarantees that her entire operation dies with her and with us, leaving the rebellion none the wiser for what the Empire has prepared.
That's true, However, given the tactic you employed to get her to give you that information, you think it's unlikely that she would give you a fake astrogation data that would just get you killed or something.
And I'm pretty sure that Nevin, especially being a Duro, he would be able to tell if it's false right away.
Oh, not that it's false, but you only need to fuck up the coordinates just enough, and instead of going towards the edge of the star system, you wind up, say,
Crashing into a
attempting to
moon.
pass through the local moon.
Yeah, fly through a
or
star,
going
bounce
right
off an
into the
asteroid
star.
field, bounce off a supernova.
Right.
And that'll
Yeah,
end
but
our
you'd be
adventure
able to-
real quick, wouldn't it, kid?
Yeah, you just gotta fuck with the numbers just the right way, and we'll end up in a place we don't want to be.
Yeah, but you could plug it in. I'm assuming you could plug it into a computer and see exactly where it would put you, right?
You can plug it into a computer and say where it purports to take you. The problem is the path that it is going to use to get you there viable?
See, the computer will go, yes, according to this formula, you will go from here to here. The problem is it doesn't know what's in between here and there. That's why charting new hyperspace corridors is so risky, because those corridors will sometimes take you through or near celestial objects that are not healthy for your survival.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we wouldn't know until we jump through.
Tried it. Yep.
No, I mean,
So no.
there are ways. Like, if you're particularly good at astrogation, you could check it for errors or signs of obvious sabotage.
Yeah, that's
especially with
what I
access
mean.
to a computer.
I was to say I have. I'm Duro. I have advantage on all astrogation checks, and I have 2 ranks in astrogation.
You do.
Yes.
Is that what you're going to do?
Can I run it through like a simulation or something?
Yeah, I mean, well, you can just plug it into the astrogation computer, and using your knowledge, you can like examine the route that it's plotting and look for signs of like faulty navigation. Because you would have learned how to do it the right way, so you can tell when someone's done it the wrong way.
Well, that's what I mean. Like I'm a Duro.
Yeah, no,
All we do is fly ships.
It's difficulty 4 astrogation.
Okay. Don't want to burn one of our few light sides left on this.
Go ahead.
I only have 2 yellows, so.
Go ahead and use a light side.
And
Also,
advantage.
unskilled assistance.
Okay, and then what is an advantage? I have add advantage to astrogation.
Oh, so advantages are actually what the add advantage, you said?
Yes,
that
this
what-
is add advantage. Let me pull up Duro real quick. I'm pretty sure that's exact because I copied it from the Duro.
I hope I didn't write that myself. That's kind of confusing.
It's added advantage. It's from the book too. I gotta paste it in chat.
Oh, added. Oh, yeah, yeah. So you actually add an advantage to the result. That's interesting.
Okay, so this won't have any effect on what I'm rolling right now. Sorry about
Yeah.
the roll. I didn't mean to actually roll that. I was typing it up and I thought I cleared it.
Yep.
That's a really nice roll, though.
It is a nice roll.
I think what
Unfortunately,
you
it's not
mean is
yours.
that's what you meant to roll.
I don't recall him rolling that.
Well, I still need to add a blue and 4 purple to it, so. I mean, technically, I could just roll blue and 4 purple. We can do the math.
Sure, why not?
Cool, because that's a fucking good roll.
Yeah, and you have 2 advantages for what it matters.
Did you actually use
Oh,
the
yeah.
light side point? What did you do the DL?
No, I didn't burn it, but I do need to spend 1, yes. Sorry.
Just making sure.
Do the fucking...
Or-
Arr. Fucking hell.
Yeah, so you're... Well, let's see, you did get a triumph. The basic
true.
information about this that you would get, whether you succeeded or failed, is that this route leaves from Spirana and goes sort of into one of those gaps between the major hyperlanes to an unnamed destination.
Okay. So
As
it
for-
says black site basically.
Well, it doesn't say anything, but yeah, it says black site, basically. Now, you're not able to determine whether this is necessarily a valid hyperspace route. However, with the Triumph, you're able to, you can check it for signs of obvious sabotage, and you would conclude that whatever she gave you, if it is wrong, it's not wrong on purpose.
Okay. Happy with that, Captain?
Works for me. So, we got this code cylinder that identifies us as an agent of the Empire.
Yeah.
Would I know who I need to talk to about things like black sites?
Well, when it identifies you as an agent of the Empire, what that means is that you're working on the behalf of somebody in the, either an Imperial Intelligence or Imperial Security Bureau.
It's equivalent of a letter of marque, right?
Sort of, but it doesn't actually give you clearance to, requisition information or resources or anything like that independently. It's more like it's like a secure document saying, I am who I say I am, and I'm working for this organization in this capacity. But it doesn't necessarily entitle you to anything.
I know it doesn't entitle us. It's more, so here's what I'm thinking. For a single rebel agent to get a whole test subject in carbonite and the genetic data of presumably of the test subject out of that facility, she had to have help. There are rebel agents still at the black site. That's the line of thinking, right? So,
I mean, obviously,
Or at least sympathizers.
yeah, somebody had to help her. 'Cause that's a lot of shit to move.
right. So that's how we finagle our access to the black site. We want to go there and investigate and try to flush the rebel agents out. To that end, I want to request this prisoner because she will likely be able to help us. Because right now she thinks this is basically just a personal vendetta on our part that we've managed to somehow rope the Empire into letting us do.
Well, you would know of one person who you could talk to about, putting this code cylinder you've got to some use, which is the guy who gave it to you.
The guy from Raptor Company?
The guy from Raptor Company, Jirlan, the Imperial Security Bureau agent.
That's right. Okay, I must have missed that when I was writing. I wrote down that we got the cylinder. I didn't write down who gave it to us.
Yeah, no, I've been throwing a lot of Imperial officer NPCs at you.
Makes you wonder which one's the real one.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Who's the real Imperial officer? Are we sure the Warden is really the Warden?
Fucking changelings, man.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Those changelings.
So, yeah, I'd like
The
to.
warden melts into goo. No.
Yeah, I'd like to compose a memo then to Jirlan,
Mm-hmm.
updating him as to the fact that we have interrogated a rebel prisoner at this prison, which revealed a potential compromise of a Imperial black research black site.
Mm-hmm.
And that from the description and from the material that we know was successfully removed, collaborators are extremely likely that are currently still operating at the black site. And we would like him to go up the chain and get authorization for us to take this prisoner back to the black site. Like, for us to take the prisoner to the black site so that we can flush out these rebel agents.
Basically, repeat the infiltration so that instead of having to go through it in a manner that they might be able to pull out from, we simply go in the way they came in.
Okay, so
Think about it that way.
before we discuss this in any more detail, how are you sending this?
Well, the code cylinder you said acts like a cryptographic key, right? So we can encrypt a message to him.
Yes, but I'm saying through what means are you sending the communication?
Well, there's FTL communication. I thought you said in this.
There is, but you actually have two ways of doing this. There are civilian available FTL communications that you have to pay for, and then there are like the Empire's dedicated FTL communications channels.
Which that
Because
cylinder
we're
should gain access to.
because we're
Correct.
playing this as we're acting under the auspices of being an agent of the Empire, we should use the official channel for this to him.
Yep.
But encrypting it with the code thing so that so that any random low-level comms guy doesn't read it.
Yeah, all communications sent on that channel are encrypted, but applying your communication with the or your encryption with the code cylinder would be standard.
That would jive with being the standard way to approach this, right?
Yeah, for something like this, yes, this is how you should do it.
Right. It's considered a secure method, is what I'm asking.
Yes, it is considered very secure.
We know how secure that is.
Oh yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So important things about that message is I do not give the aggregation data about. I do not put in there anything about it being genetics, involving genetics. Just that there was a material removed, and that we know it was removed. That it is a black site, but I don't put in the aggregation data to pinpoint it. And for security reasons, I don't put the rebel prisoner's name in it. I'm just asking for authorization to remove a prisoner from this prison.
Okay, so you're asking for authorization to remove a prisoner from this specific prison that you're at on Exodine
Yes.
for the purpose of investigating a black site.
For investigating
that prison.
traitors at a black site.
Ah. Okay,
For
that's
fleshing
important.
out those traitors.
I wouldn't call it a black site though.
It's also important that we're, the story we're telling him is that we have convinced the rebel agent who we are taking out that we are, like, on the same side.
I don't
effectively.
say that. I'm implying that the prisoner can be used to flesh these people out, not that they're necessarily cooperating with us. Just that they're a tool we can use, and
Yeah,
I want
what
this
I'm-
tool. They're a resource.
What I'm asking for specifically is how general or specific are you being, and what are you telling him your exact sort of motives for doing this are, because that's what's going to be important.
The motives I put in there are that there are traitors at this research black site.
Mm-hmm.
I don't name the black site, but being a research black site would put this pretty damn high up on the high value targets list. And that we've confirmed that because we have talked to the rebel spy, and therefore we know about that. And because we know material was successfully removed from the site, because we fucking touched it with our own goddamn hands, we know that there's no way this single person managed to pull that off alone. Therefore, there must be collaborators there, which means that facility is under an extremely high risk right now. And we are requesting the release to our custody of this prisoner for using her as a resource to flush out the traitors at this black site.
Ah, okay.
So, wait, does that mean that we're using the fact that he knows that we've been involved in a prior investigation of Imperial stuff as, like,
What if-
background leverage?
What it sounds like is that you're presenting this as a continuation of your ongoing investigation.
Which it is. But
Right.
yes, that is how I'm presenting it, but I'm keeping specifics out of it because we talked specifics in person about this investigation, and for security reasons, you don't put that type of shit in a letter.
Yeah, no, that you would keep that to something even more secure than
Face to face.
Yeah.
Yeah, like face to face, unless they're changeling.
Right, which is why I don't name the prisoner. I just ask for essentially authorization to remove a prisoner, one prisoner from this prison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you can send him that.
Yeah.
Well, even with hyperspace communications, those things do take a while. I mean, well, actually, here, let's look at the map. You'd be sending it to...
Assuming he's still on Ord Mantell.
You would be sending it to Ord Mantell. That is the, I mean, he gave you the contact info for him, but that's what he would have given you. Let's see. God, the grid is so hard to see near the middle of the galaxy.
Couple hours, maybe.
No, more like a couple days.
We got some time to kill waiting for a response.
All right, yeah.
Although not that much. You think it would only take about 3 days. To
There and
reach
back
you.
or one way?
No, one way. After that, assuming he gets back to you, it'll take another 3 days, so 6.
Okay. So we sent out this message.
Mm-hmm.
And then I send a polite message to the warden secretary just requesting the next, free 5 minutes she's got.
Yeah, you can do that.
Implying it's a low priority, but when she's got time, I need to talk to her.
Yeah. Yeah, you get your meeting.
Okay. And I inform her of 2 things. One, we can officially say our interrogation is over. And pursuant to our previous conversation, I have sent the request up the chain, and we should hear back probably within 6 to 10 days. Just giving her a heads up that this might be coming down.
Well, I'm happy that you've come around to the proper procedural way of getting what you want.
I at that point I just shrug it. I'm like, I'm always willing to do the proper way. I generally just prefer the faster way.
Hey, personally, I prefer the way that keeps me at my desk instead of in a cell with the rest of them.
Hence why we're going to be taking 6 to 10 days.
Prison transfer will be approved in 6 to 10 business days.
Mm. Call now and receive 1 pre-trial holding for free.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think we just hang out on Exodine then for the next 6 days.
Okay, you doing
wanna
anything
gamble.
with those 6 days? Yeah, you can. I mean, Exodine is it's a port, but like.
Oh,
but
there's
that's it.
one other thing about that.
Oh yeah.
There is an ulterior reason for giving her this notice besides just a friendly heads up.
Oh yeah.
It's so that she knows that people higher up the chain are now looking at this prisoner, so the prisoner doesn't have an accident.
Ah, very important.
That's pretty handy.
He's sneaky.
Yeah, so Exodine is it's a fairly large port, but like that's about all that's here. Like nothing major is produced on this world. It's not a major population center. It's just sort of it's a port of convenience.
But there's a couple drinking establishments, I'd imagine, and
Oh, of
probably
course.
find a couple
Like-
games of Divot.
I'm saying all that you're going to find here is things that are intended to like provide for spacers and merchants and whatnot. So of course there's gambling.
Excellent. Well, I spend 6 days gambling.
Okay.
Specifically, dice.
Mhm.
They don't have proficiency with dice in Star Wars, but I do
Yeah.
have Streetwise and Skullduggery and Deception and
Yeah, so I'm going to say it will simply be. I'm assuming you're playing something that isn't just a game of pure luck, like you're playing like blackjack or something. I don't know. Well, they don't have blackjack, but oh yeah, right, Pazak. You can play Pazak. There you go.
I'll say, well, there's Pazak, there's Carillion Spike, there's Sarlacc.
Well, so Corellian Spike
Fly.
is a variant of Sabak, which is the other.
Yeah, it's Sabak with dice aiming for 0.
Yeah, it's the other game in Star Wars that's just blackjack, but with more rules.
Actually, no, it's not even really blackjack because your goal is to have 0.
At this point,
Yeah,
just
but
convince
we're-
someone to play Fizbin with you.
Well, your goal in both is to have 0, but the mechanics are just blackjack, but with negative numbers.
Yep.
Yeah. But so doing that, would be it's. I think before we used knowledge out of rim for that. If you want to play dirty, you could use skullduggery.
Well, I have knowledge underworld. I have skullduggery. I have 3 ranks of skullduggery, and then I have 3 ranks in deception.
I'm gonna say if you want to use knowledge underworld to play legitimately, you could also do that.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? 1 yellow and 2 greens, or 3 yellows and 1 green?
Yeah, do what you want.
All right. I got 6 days to do this, and hey, Captain, how much money can I walk away with at the start? I got 80 in my pocket. If you don't mind backing me. See how much money I can make gambling.
I hand him 2,000 credits.
Ooh.
Sweet. All right, we're starting out with 2,080 credits. What do you want me to roll, and how many times?
Let me figure that out real quick.
Fucking Pete's like, I like Star Wars because there was no math with the dice.
I never said that, but
No, that was the joke, though.
there's only math with everything else. But although I wouldn't say that over 5e, considering how little math there is in 5e.
Yeah, really, it is. It's
Yeah.
easier.
I mean, I can understand people complaining about that who like never played 3.5 or anything crazier, but yeah, no, it's not that bad. Let's check the book. I bet the book knows.
The book has rules about gambling.
Edge of the Empire? Yeah, you better believe it has rules about gambling.
Oh, I suppose Edge of the Empire. Yeah, that does make sense.
I mean,
Well, I
there's
figure we're
literally
gonna be stuck here for 6 days. I might as well make some money.
there's a subclass in one of the books that is called the. I don't remember if it's called the Gambler or something else, but
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
gambler. I've
yeah,
looked
there's
at
a
it.
Gambler.
I actually considered picking it up instead of Thief after we talked about me switching all my character over to Pilot.
Okay.
I think it's in the same category. I think it's Smuggler Gambler.
Yep.
But I'd much rather have the black market contacts. Even if we ever need to use, or if we ever never use them, we still have the option to hit the black market if we need to. I find the seller. Devati does all the talking.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the rules that they prescribe in the book actually use either cool or deception. So if you
Well,
want
deception is the same as my skullduggery.
Okay. So, given how much money you're trying to bring into this, I would still have you roll either Streetwise or Knowledge Underworld, purely to find a game where you can throw that kind of money around.
Yep, looking for the black market tables.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to bring 2,000 credits to the casino and play slots for 6 days, you're welcome to do that, but I'm guessing that's not your MO here.
No. Streetwise, I got 4 green. Underworld, I have a yellow and 2 green.
Yeah, if you want to make money bringing in that kind of a pot, you need to set up like a private game with some other well-furnished people who are interested in that kind of thing. And now the campaign has come full circle.
Wait, they started gambling?
Yes. You started on like a small port world, setting up a private game to play. I think to play
To
Pizzac.
attract a certain pirate lord that we wanted to ambush.
Yeah. I can't wait until you set up this game, and then all of a sudden it just turns into a firefight for reasons completely unrelated to you.
I'm just trying to remember if 2 green are better than 1 yellow. I know I did the math on it, but I can't remember now.
It might be a
Unless
little
we
better.
can just say that I moved the 5 experience from there to there, because I don't think I'm ever going to use Underworld otherwise.
I mean, it doesn't have to be you either. If somebody wants to help him find a game, they're welcome to.
But I think the only... Mister, what is you have 5 in Underworld then because of intelligence.
I said you could use Underworld or Streetwise, and I think some of you were good at Streetwise.
Did anybody take ranks in Streetwise? I think I'm the only one.
I have 1 rank in Streetwise,
Oh, never mind then.
Technically, I have 1 rank in Streetwise.
but I have 5 in Underworld.
Yeah, so you... What is your total in Streetwise, though?
My total in Streetwise is yellow and a green.
Yeah, I have 4 in Streetwise.
Well, see, then you're better at that.
Yeah, but I only have 4 green, whereas you have 5 green for Underworld. Or if I gave you unskilled assistance, that'd be 5 green and a blue, versus me just rolling Streetwise, which would be 4 green
Okay.
and a blue.
All right.
So,
I'll see what
yeah.
I can figure out. I'll see what I can find out. Using
Tenorok will ask around, and I'll help.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
In a place like this, I'm gonna say it is only difficulty 3 to find a high stakes Pazak game.
Wait, this is the one time that skill assist might actually. You have no ranks, right? I
no,
have
I have
A
no
rank
ranks.
in Underworld. So does that
Oh,
mean
there
he
you
would
go.
get skilled assistance?
You can provide
That
him
means
with
it'd
skilled
be an
assistance.
upgrade,
You can have
okay.
him roll with 1 rank.
Oh, okay, so that's how that works.
That's
okay,
how it
cool.
works.
So
It's
basically,
meant-
it's a free light side.
It's meant to make your skills
however.
transferable to each other.
Okay.
So
So,
that
yeah.
way, if you have one guy who's really smart, but he put all of his skills into like medicine and mechanics, then your other guy who maybe is not as smart but has good knowledge skills can collab with him, and you get a really good roll out of it.
He can look at a
All
map
right,
and
so
say,
it's,
here, here.
Yellow, green, 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 green. 4 greens and 2 purple.
What's
2
the
purple,
difficulty?
right?
3 purple is the base difficulty. I don't know if you have something that
3.
modifies it.
I don't.
Okay,
I do
then
not.
3 purple.
Other than the black market contacts, but I don't think that counts.
What does that do again?
When purchasing illegal goods reduces rank.
Yeah, that's a very specific thing.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
were,
we managed to find a game.
I mean, you could use that if you were
It
going to
doesn't
do like
matter.
bulk trading on the
I
black
rolled
market.
high enough, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Oh yeah, no, you find a high stakes game that's going to let you. They're playing the Pazak equivalent of like No Limit Texas Hold'em.
Sweet. Well, I will grab myself a seat.
Yep.
Of course, this is over the course of 6 days, so do we want to do that every day or just one roll for the 6 days?
I'm gonna handle this with just one roll to keep us moving here.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say with the triumph, regardless of like unless you just purposefully make an ass of yourself, you're able to establish a good enough relationship with these other gamblers that even if you lose, as long as you still have money to bring to the table, they're gonna want to play with you for all 6 of those days.
Okay. Making friends as we go.
Exactly.
All right. So
Okay.
you want a deception roll from me?
So the way the game handles it is actually kind of weird. It is a kind of check that I've never used because I didn't like it. So it's a the way it works is that like multiple people roll with difficulty, and it goes to whoever rolls highest or least bad if you all fail.
Oh, so it's meant to be a player versus player check.
Yeah, it's like a it's not a competitive check the way I've been using to handle things. It's more like it's like a race almost. Like you both have difficulty, but it's whoever rolls higher.
Yep.
But yeah, sure.
I got
We'll
a
do.
question then, Pete.
Yeah, what's your
You
question?
said because of the successes and the triumph that I have, that this is a very high stakes underworld poker game.
Yeah,
So-
with I mean, if you wanted to, actually, yeah, given that you're using Underworld for this, yes, it would be.
Okay, so are there any good contacts playing in this game?
Ah, you're trying to network?
I mean, we might as well. I mean, of course, the captain will have to do the networking because Tenorok is as pleasant as a stone. But I'm just thinking that maybe some of these underworld contacts at this high stakes poker game, you know, like bosses of local crime families get together and play
You know,
cards.
not all stones are unpleasant. The flat ones make me smile.
Yeah, he's like one of those stones that's been smoothed out by a river. No, but yeah, Tenorok, you think that's likely. Whoever wants to do the networking will have to play, though. That's how these things work.
We really need to do networking? What is the benefit of networking?
I mean, we may be able to use some of these contacts for something else. You know,
You never know when
jobs.
it might come in handy.
Yeah, you never know when a contact will come in handy. You know. Am I right under or no?
Sorry, I was distracted. What?
Networking with the underworld here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, then you'll have to sit at the table with me, because I won't be able to do any sweet talking.
I mean, we got us into the game, and it's a high stakes because of the rolls I made. It's a high stakes, really underground.
Right, and I'm the bank, I guess you could say then in that case.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
and I
you know
like to
what-
watch.
So you can watch, but they're not going to have they're not going to have the kind of respect that you're trying to get out of these people if you don't play. It's like if you won't gamble with them, then why should they give you work? It's a matter of trust. You know, like if you won't put your money on the table, then why should I involve you in my business that involves a great deal of risk?
Oh, it's his money.
shouldn't earn
He's
2,000.
just the front man. I mean, he just.
Yeah,
and
but it's the respect of the player what he's talking about. He's 100%
Then in that
right.
case, you don't want
Absolutely
me
it is.
there because then it will be a detriment to have me there looking over your shoulder. You should do this alone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was saying you could sit at the table too, though. If we both bring our own money to the table, you may lose, but you'd still be able to network. Whereas, let's say that you bump it up to 3,000. We both bring in 1,500 to the table. I will probably make back your 1,500 even if you do roll poorly on a deception check.
That's actually plausible.
Then you're there for the networking, you're playing the game, you're making friends, and I'm, cleaning the coffers as we sit there.
Are y'all going to know each other or not?
I mean, we can be friends.
I don't see any reason why we wouldn't want to know each other because it's going to come up if we do business with them later on.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
he's your
you and
pilot?
your pilot.
Weird. He won all the
Yeah.
money at the table that you were sweet talking everybody at. How interesting. Yeah,
They
it would
know
be
how the
better that
game
they
is
know
played.
that- Yeah, they would know. It would be better that they know that we're allied.
Sure.
Yeah,
not?
you and your pilot.
But in all reality, with the Vadi at the table, he can give me unskilled assistance, technically.
Not if I'm busy doing my own gambling.
Yeah, that's true. Sarcasm.
Mm.
But okay, sure. Yeah, we'll take 3K, split between us of 1,500 each, and we'll both go to the high stakes game.
Yeah, I mean that is a real thing that you can do in poker. You can engage
Signaling.
in effectively not just signaling, but if you're both playing, you can do almost like insider trading within a game of poker. Like you can have the other guy strategically raise to get other people to fold, thinking that he has something, and then have him fold, and then give you the pot. Shit like that.
Yep, and then
Like-
add signaling in on top of that.
And then add signaling on top of that. But even without that, that's the kind of thing casinos look for, because that is a legitimate way of cheating in poker.
So if you do
That
know
sounds
each-
like a reason not to do it if you're trying to network.
No, we are trying to network. It's more, we're not playing as a team.
Yep.
I'm
I was making a joke with the unskilled assistance. This has already gone past the joke.
Yeah.
I didn't actually mean he could give me unskilled assistance because he's going to be busy networking. He won't have time to be signaling.
I simply thought it was too interesting, and I had to keep going.
That's fine. But no, we're not going there to play as a team.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you're there to meet people, and he's there to play cards.
Okay, so get this.
He's
The way-
there to be drunk and merry. He probably won't win with his 1,500 because I know he doesn't have a good deception.
Mhm. So the way I am going to handle this is actually using the bulk trade rules. Now, the roll that Tenorock made has allowed you to play for 6 days, which will be the equivalent of a 6-stop trading run. And we already know the size of the money you're bringing into this because you've declared it. So now,
Yep.
when you roll cool or deception, that will be used with the.
Wait, Underdark can roll cool?
I mean, that's what it says in the book. You can roll cool or deception.
Oh, well, then
Oh.
Underdark actually has a chance to make money.
I see no problem with that.
I'm rolling deception. Underdark is playing legit. He's quite literally good at bluffing. I'm just good at making cards appear out of thin air.
All right, let me see.
Yep,
The one,
yeah, so-
there is one thing about how this works that I'm going to change, and I'm just doing the numbers in my head real quick.
Difficulty.
Well, not the difficulty. I know the difficulty, but how the reward is going to work, because I don't want it to just start at 25 and go up.
Gotcha.
It's gonna start at 0 and go either up or down. Actually, no. It should start negative because there's an ante. Like if you don't do well enough, you still won't make money. That's how.
One success should break even.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe start it at like a 5% loss and then plus 5% for each success.
Yeah, if I'm gonna do 5 per success, knowing you under, I'm gonna have to cap it. Maybe at like.
I'm only rolling 6 dice.
He was only rolling 6 dice.
Rolling 4. 3 of which are yellow.
Yep.
Like at
Yeah, okay.
most, it's going to cap out at 60 mathematically. 60% if we're starting at -5. So actually, no, cap out at 55% profit.
That's really not that great of a profit, if you think about it. If you do really well in a poker game,
Off
you're going to be more than
1,500.
doubling your. More than doubling your money, though.
Yeah, I suppose. I'm thinking about this in terms of like the way the. I mean, that would be realistic, yeah, but it should. Actually, really, it should probably be on a logarithmic scale, where if you want to win big, you have to roll really well. But I'm not taking the time to fucking do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I don't think I'll need to cap it, but I will start it at a base 5% profit loss.
All right.
And that being said, we'll just have it be difficulty 3, which is standard for the bulk trade rules.
Okay, I don't mind that at all.
So we're doing the cool, I think said.
Yep, cooler deception.
I'm doing deception. You can do cool.
Okay.
You suck at being deceptive.
That's okay. We got under. And he doesn't did well either.
Ooh.
Oh, just losing.
So I don't think either of you actually broke even after all of that.
Now, if we were doing 5%.
Yeah. So that means Devati lost 5% and Nevin lost 10%.
Right, so we lost 150 credits.
Well, let me see. What's the? I gotta check the bulk trade rules. Actually, yeah, we'll just say you lose 150 credits. I'm not gonna sweat this.
That's not that much considering what we went in with.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, you kind of.
That's what I was saying. Like, it just feels like you playing poker. You do that. It's all or nothing kind of. Either you win it all or you lose it all. So losing 150 bucks after 6 days of gambling.
We won some, we lose some.
Yeah, I mean,
back
it
and
was
forth.
there were highs and lows, but in the end, you broke slightly worse than even. If you had
But we probably made some good
stopped
context.
playing on day 5, you would have come away with the whole pot. But no. As for that
I'm not a
networking,
smart gambler.
no, but as for that networking, somebody should roll that. It'll just be
Charm?
yeah, it'll be charm. I mean, it would be charm or streetwise. But yeah, charm.
I have
is
4
fine.
ranks in charm.
Yeah, no, you can use charm. And
Wait, could we both do it then?
Uh,
Because I could roll streetwise as well. I mean, he could be charming and I could be streetwising.
I'm gonna say if you how many? You can give him unskilled assistance.
Okay, I would say I have four ranks in streetwise.
Yeah, I was
Or
gonna
four,
say.
I'm sorry, four green in streetwise. I have no ranks.
Yeah, I was gonna say for something like this, you could give him skilled assistance by turning your streetwise into his charm, but I don't think that'll actually help him.
No, he has way more charm than I have
Yes,
streetwise.
What's difficulty?
The difficulty, I'm gonna say, just 3. Oh yeah. So, despite not really making any money, you do make some very good friends.
Which is the real treasure along the way.
Exactly. And let's see, for that triumph, So at one point in the game where you have actually like won some money, and you could have, if you had stopped playing then, you would have come away with a profit. At one point, one of the other gamblers like runs out of funds, and because you've done so well, that guy asks you to front him some money. He ends up making it back because of your loss, and he pays you back for it.
Mm-hmm.
But as a result of establishing that relationship, that guy will now like do you a favor.
Cool. What type of guy is he? What's he do besides gamble?
He's in logistics.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, that's how your 6 days of gambling goes.
Cool.
How come every time I try to gamble, I roll shitty?
I know the feeling. Although
I
think
was
I
kicking
stopped-
Hayes'
yeah.
ass in poker earlier.
I won.
Did you actually play poker earlier?
Yeah, it's in Discord now.
Yeah, when I started all inning because I was bored, Hayes.
Oh man, when are we gonna do that? I want to play poker.
It's actually built into Discord now.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
What
we
do
can
you,
we can do it anytime.
What do you use to wager?
In-game credits. It's built into the game.
Okay.
But you can set the start and the ante and everything like that. So.
Mhm.
And then, when you run out of money, you can just join the game again and keep splashing the pot with money. That's what I ended up getting bored with. I just kept all inning and, backing out and then joining the game again with the new 2,500 credits.
No, we're gonna do some tabletop poker later, but yeah. So that's how your 6 days of gambling goes, and at the end of the 6th day, Devati, you would get a call asking you to meet at the command tower. Or wait, no, I'm sorry. You're on a completely different planet now. Asking you to meet at the prison.
From who?
From the prison.
The prison sent me a message?
Yeah, like as in there's someone here for you, as if they were expecting you to be there.
Ah, okay.
Like somebody left a message for you.
Got it. Okay. No
we don't
sentient
gamble.
buildings, please.
No. Yeah, the prison itself crawls up out of the ground.
Is it on chicken legs?
Yes. It's like a
Damn it, Baba Yaga!
Baba Yaga's imperial prison.
Baba Yaga?
Baba Yaga. Oh my god.
No. Boba Yaga.
Even worse.
Now
I
it's
like-
Star Wars.
I like the idea of Baba Yaga though. It's like a Baba Yaga, but it's like your cousin from Florida who makes the best pulled pork you've ever eaten. Except the pulled pork is made of human flesh.
And the house itself is actually the
No, the
house.
house the house is like a lifted F-150 with chicken legs. Okay, no, but yeah, somebody left a message for you at the prison.
Okay, let's go to the prison and get the message.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the prison, in the yard where you would have landed, you can see that there's one of those fancy Lambda shuttles that's set down here.
Uh-huh.
And as you sort of go in through the front where you would have gone in before, you're greeted by Jirlan.
Oh, Jirlan. Surprised you came all the way over here.
Oh, well, based on your... Oh, wait, I gave this guy a voice, didn't I? Oh, yeah, he's the one that I made Southern. So now I can actually do that.
One accent I'm good at.
Yeah, the one accent that I'm sort of good at. Oh, well, you're... based on your communication, it seemed important enough that I come in person. Unfortunately, I'm not able to have the prisoner transferred into your custody. So, instead, I've had the prisoner transferred into my custody.
Ah, I see. I'm assuming you want details then.
Please.
Okay, we should go somewhere secure to talk.
Yep. This is a, I mean, it's not quite a.
I recommend my ship.
That's acceptable. 10. I was going to say they would have like a conference room or something that you could meet in, but he would also be happy to meet on your ship. He knows you guys.
Yeah. If you didn't like my ship, I would have suggested his ship. Was the next suggestion.
Yep.
And when we get there, I would say the warden is aware of the contents of the interrogation. That's why I didn't think you would want details to possibly come out where she might hear.
Well, I trust you didn't reveal anything too sensitive in front of her.
Nothing too sensitive, nothing that will compromise security, just enough to scare the ever-living crap out of her.
Ah, perfect. So, what's going on here?
So this prisoner, which is one Kel Zeora, apparently was sent to a black site, a Imperial Research black site, because they found out that they were doing some type of genetic research. She was able to extract from that site herself a copy of the genetic data, which I showed you, and the physical sample in carbonite, which was lost in that pirate attack I talked to you about in person before.
I recall.
A single spy would not be able to extract from a facility such as that, with that much physical cargo alone. She had help. She didn't admit to having help, which means they are likely still active at that site. It is my intention to take her to that site and use her to flush out these traitors and remove them.
I agree that the prisoner could be useful as a resource. However, before we do that, we should, of course, simply go in and find out from whoever's in charge at this black site if they have any idea what's going on first. And then, if need be, we can conduct an investigation.
And what if they're in on it?
Well, that's why we introduce ourselves first. I agree with your suspicions, but I want to get their measure before we go sending anybody in there covertly.
I understand. I'm just suggesting we have backup and standby outside of the black site's chain of command, should it be necessary.
Oh, that
should the entire site end up being rogue.
To be clear, I will be accompanying you for this.
Okay, that works.
Well, are you, What exactly do you know about this black site? Where is it?
We have the astrogation data that the rebel spy was able to reproduce in binary form from memory.
Now that's something. And did you say astrogation data? You don't just know what world it's on? What system
Correct.
it's on?
Correct. It's not on a normal hyperspace lane. It's something it's something off the normal charts.
No, that's spooky.
Hence, black site. So, no, there's no name or designation I can give you for this black site. I just know where it is. That's part of the reason why I sent you that note, is because if we needed to make contact with them ahead of time, I was hoping you'd be able to contact your superiors, kick it up the chain, as it were, to figure out who the fuck is in charge there, or supposed to be in charge there.
Oh, contacting my superiors won't be necessary. I plan to, I have a great degree of personal, latitude in these matters, which I will be exercising here.
Okay.
As for this astrogation data, we of course need to verify that it is in fact correct.
We've already plugged into our ship's computer to check out that it wasn't just junk. You're free to take a look at it. I show him the data on the computer.
Alright, I'll shoot that up to my boys in orbit. When would you be, as soon as we get this route data checked out, when would you be ready to depart?
soon as we get the prisoner out of the prison.
All right. Well, I've already arranged for the transfer. She'll be brought on board the Harrower in a few hours.
Well, then we'll be ready to depart then.
Sure. Well, you're free to dock with the Harrower. She's in orbit.
Well, then we'll finish up any remaining business. I basically gave the crew effectively shore leave while we've been here, so have to recall them. Then we'll head up and dock. We'll be ready to go when the prisoner's there.
Yep. Just let me know when you're ready. In the meantime, I'll be at my command. And then he starts making for his. He would leave your ship and start heading for his shuttle at that point.
Yeah. He leaves, and then I go and look up the public ship registry for the Harrower and see what the fuck I just got myself into.
So before you do that, Nevin, while you're I'm assuming Nevin is there for this conversation since he never leaves the ship.
Probably.
Yeah, I would have been. I'm always on the ship or with the captain.
Yeah, you would upon hearing the name Harrower, you could do like a cursory examination of everything you're picking up in this system, which is quite a lot. There's a lot of trade that goes through here. And yeah, you would have seen that earlier today, before you got that message from the from Jirlan, a Imperial II Star Destroyer arrived in orbit over the planet,
Well, fuck, Captain. I think that's
which
it.
identifies itself as the Harrower.
This guy's got a bigger dick than he's talking with.
Right. Well, yeah. That works.
I'm assuming there's enough room on there for us.
On the Star Destroyer? No, you'll have to.
Yeah.
No, there's no room. Nowhere.
We'll have to use some mag clamps, just clamp to the outside of the Star Destroyer and just hang on.
Yeah, there's no room in
manage.
the hangar bay. Their quarters are all full. You know.
I can manage.
No, I mean he did say that you were free to dock with the Harrower at any time.
Right, yeah, but if there was like any shopping people wanted to do prior to us leaving, now's the time to speak up, guys.
I need a
Yeah, what
thing.
kind of funds are we working with?
Oh, I suppose you would need to know that.
Yeah, some of us have expensive tastes.
No fucking shit.
Look, some people like fine wine and finer hose. Others of us prefer, finely hewn edges on our blades.
Well,
and finer craftsmanship of our armor.
The party's working budget is 17.5.
What's the next level of ship sensors?
The next level, I mean, there isn't really a next level. If you wanted to tack more stuff on there, that would be adding like increasingly specialized stuff, like that seismic scanner you talked about before. But if you wanted to enhance it, the only way you could do so is with things intended for increasingly niche applications like that.
Any increasingly niche applications we want to apply to the ship sensors?
I mean, frankly, the ship sensors haven't been terribly useful to us.
Yeah, I know. I got annoyed with that. Is there a way I can link the ship sensors to the guns so they're actually more effective?
What do you mean?
Well, I got annoyed that we're shooting, through foliage, and I have life sign sensors, but I'm still, having a whole bunch of setbacks because they're in cover, even though I have perfect visual of where they are and a big gun with a computer reticle on it.
Oh yeah, well, to be clear, your sensors were still helping with that. The sheer number of setbacks those guys had was just because of their stat block. Like, that would have been even harder had you not had those sensors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't mean for that to feel like... Yeah, I mean, that was kind of my intention in designing them. I didn't mean it to feel like it was just straight up impossible, even with the sensors you had. Those were making it a lot easier for you than it would have been otherwise.
Yeah, but I never landed a shot.
That's true.
I mean, life sign sensors plus, targeting computer equals pretty accurate
Yeah.
shots,
I mean, you also have to
regardless of what concealment and cover they have.
I
You
would.
also you have to understand, Ruffles. I kind of knew you were going to try to do that, so I designed these guys to make sure that they couldn't just be like cheesed with vehicle weapons.
Also, in general, Ruffles, like Star Wars operates on World War II, but laser guns.
I would like 4.5 thousand.
For what?
An electro staff.
I mean,
Don't you already
okay.
have an electro staff?
No, he's been trying to get one for fucking ever.
Oh, that's right.
I want to buy electro staff.
Fine with me as long as you can get one. Is it something he can get here?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's enough trade that passes through here. He could get that.
Okay.
I want to get that with the weighted mod, the serrated edge mod, and the molecular edge mod.
Okay.
Is that-
let me-
Is that
Serrated
included in-
edge on an electro staff? I don't
yeah,
think that works.
that you cannot get. There is no serrated edge on the electro staff.
Yeah,
Is that
mean,
included
I-
in the 4,500?
it was. It still has edges.
It's a blunt weapon.
Oh wait, no, I guess that wasn't added in there. It's that plus that.
Okay, the electro staff is also restricted, so you do have to roll for it.
I would need 5.6k total.
The electro
So-
staff is restricted.
It's restricted, which means that you have to roll Underworld to see if you can buy it.
Do you have
Somebody
any-
does, not him, but someone.
Is that black market or white market?
Black market?
Underworld would be Tenorok with my assistance.
Yep, and Nevin could also apply his skill here if he wished.
All right.
That's what I was getting at with that question.
Yep. So it's difficulty 3. However, I'm going to make this harder.
You need to add in another mod then for it because it has 3 mod slots, but you only have 2 possible then.
I thought there was more for it than that.
It's a negative. Only 2 available since it already has kurtosis would be weighted in the molecular edge.
No, it wouldn't be able to have monomolecular edge either.
Oh my god, so it can only have 1 mod.
Yeah, well, I mean, the mods that I listed here are not the only things. You could, like, dream up other stuff for it, and I'll make that into something for you. Like, these were not meant to be exhaustive, these were just, like, the ones that I could come up with. I've already given other people things that are not on that list.
Yeah, like my overcharge thing.
Exactly.
Alright, I need 4,600 then.
Okay.
I'm looking over the stuff at the moment, trying to decide.
Right, like
We do actually have blaster rifles and stuff we could sell. Like we have a bunch of extra.
I'd honestly prefer to keep them.
Mm-hmm.
Like having a stockpile of weapons on the ship isn't a bad idea altogether.
Oh, that's right. Weapons can break in this game. That's true.
Yep. That's why I've been keeping an armory list.
Yeah, you did add those 5 blaster rifles to that armory list, right?
I did not realize we had acquired 5 more. One moment. Let me
From
see
the bush
here.
rookies. Or the bush. The
All right, let's see.
the
That
Baldy
puts our
Kong.
blaster rifle capacity at 8 at the moment. Yeah, let's see. Light blaster, a light blaster pistol, a blaster pistol, a blaster carbine, 8 blaster rifles, 2 blaster sniper rifles, and a light repeating blaster.
Plus the 3 we could pull back off of the hard contact if you really wanted more. What are those things again? Light
Inventory
repeating blast. Light
filling.
repeating blasters. We have 3 light repeating blasters on the hard contact that are
We do.
mounted.
All right, so looking at this, I'd be looking to acquire Cortosis for my armor.
Okay.
Like 6K.
That's 3K.
No.
Rarity 6. Unrestricted.
That'd be Underdark.
What do you need me for on this? Sorry, I was looking at something else when you guys were doing your shopping.
Cortosis plating for armor.
Okay. And you need what?
That would be
So rare.
3K.
Okay.
And it's
So
rarity.
rarity
six.
So is someone gonna try to roll for this thingy?
Is
I'll wait for
rarity
Tenorok.
like what does rarity do if for like white
Rarity
rares?
determines the difficulty. It's half. So that would be difficulty 3.
Okay, I have 2 ranks and know somebody. So
Okay.
while we're doing this, I can reduce it. I can reduce the rarity by 2, so it's only rarity 4 for us.
So it's only rarity 4, which means the difficulty is now 2. However, I have spent a dark side point on this, so it will be...
Well, that was for Tenorak's roll.
That was...
Tenorak hasn't showed back up yet to actually make
Yeah,
the
well,
roll.
that was for whoever
What
was
do you mean?
rolling
I'm
for
here. I've been
the...
here the whole time.
Okay, that's for whoever's going to
Braytac.
roll for Braytac's thing. So it's going to be 1 purple and 1 red.
Well, Braytech, that'd be Tenorak. That's the Electral Staff. That is restricted. So that'd be
Yes.
Tenorak rolling, Underworld, difficulty... what's the Electral Staff's rarity?
It's rarity 6, so difficulty 3.
Okay, so it'd be the same. I can reduce it by 2 with Black Market Contacts.
Reduce what by 2? Rarity?
Rarity, yep.
Yeah, so difficulty 2 with 1 upgrade, so 1 purple, 1 red.
And then skilled assistance from me to give you that rank.
Okay. I'm rolling Underworld again.
Yep. So it'd be yellow, 4 green, against red and a purple, I think.
Sounds right to me. Yeah, you're able to find it.
Okay.
Okay, and then what's the roll we need to do for the Cortosis?
You don't if it's not restricted.
It's not restricted. We're just reducing the
Uh,
rarity. Because you said that would affect a roll or something for rarity 6.
Yes, but I don't think I gave the Cortosis a rarity. I think you can just buy it.
I am looking at Cortosis plating for armor.
Oh, did I
Rarity
gi-
6.
Oh, I did give it a rarity. Okay, yeah. Then in that case, yes, you would need to roll.
Roll what?
Roll. I believe it's streetwise. Or no, wait. What's in the Hold on, that's not right.
Negotiation.
Yes, negotiation. That's it.
Okay, I can do that. And it's difficulty 2?
Yep.
Not going to upgrade it on him?
Not for this one.
How much Cortosis do you want?
That is more than enough to get him the Cortosis upgrade.
I guess I could armor. I don't have very good armor, so I could always upgrade that. Let me see, what do I have right now? Yeah, right now I just have padded, so I could upgrade.
So did I get it?
Yeah, you got it.
And the weighted mod.
Yep. That I don't think is too expensive. Or too rare, so I won't make you roll for that.
Is there someone better than Gilbert at installing mods somewhere in this place?
Nope.
Wasn't asking you, Gilbert.
I mean, you might get better results from Gilbert or Branks providing skilled assistance to Tenorok, but I don't know if Tenorok would be willing to do that.
Yeah, he doesn't do armor.
Yeah.
So... Okay, well, see. I'm kind of gonna laugh at this, but I have plenty of encumbrance to take up space, so to speak. Can I just spend 5k on battle armor for Nevin?
I mean, I can't stop you.
No, I was asking under. I mean, it's either that or the other. Where's the book? Or just
The only issue I have is that you're never in combat with us, so why do you need battle armor?
I almost got shot
When?
to death when you brought me on the fucking road trip
Almost
to go
shot
raid that
once.
palace.
Braytac, listen to this guy. He gets shot at once and he thinks he needs battle armor.
No, I'm serious. I don't remember that. When did you get shot?
No, he got shot through the
Shield with a
windshield as a
sniper.
hard contact when you went to go get the governor on Ord Mantell.
The windshield that's been fucking replaced.
The
Yeah,
windshield
the one that
was
we've
no
covered
longer
with the
there.
armor plate now?
Yeah, it sounds
After
like
I got shot.
it sounds like the problem has been solved, Nevin.
Yeah, instead of putting
It's
you
like-
in armor, we put the armor around you.
Yeah, you've got the best armor of anybody.
I'd prefer to have armored clothing than over padded armor. Because
Nevin,
Armored clothing is fine.
Nevin, you already
No,
have the
what's-
most powerful form of armor in the game, which is not having to be in combat.
Wait.
yeah, basically.
Explain how blast works.
How blast works, you
Yeah.
spend 2 advantages, and then you deal damage equal to the blast rating to everybody who is engaged with the original target.
I
What's
think
the
you risk
blast?
rocket launchers.
What's the blast rating?
Whatever it is on the weapon. So, for example, I think Aiden's flamethrower has, like blast 4 or 6 or something?
A flamethrower's blast 4, burn 3.
Yeah, so when he activates blast on his flamethrower, he deals 4 damage to everyone engaged with the original target. And I believe even if he misses, he can spend 3 advantages to cause blast to trigger anyway.
Alright, can I add, so, like, an electro staff, it's got the electricity stuff at the end. Can I add, like, a super overcharged capacitor? So when I slam one end into the ground, it, like, makes a shock wave to do some blast.
So the problem with that is that would depend too heavily on the conductivity of the ground. However, one way you could achieve that, I will say, is by, and I don't know if you're going to like this or not, but you could turn one end of it into a flail.
What?
You could turn one end of it into a flail.
Flail.
Yes. Or actually, no. I think I know what you're describing. You want to be able to like overcharge it and have it hit adjacent people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or deal
Okay.
AoE.
That is sounding like some Nito Burrito Purge Trooper stuff from Fallen Order.
Yeah. Well, so
It's got the electro hammer.
what it would do is you wouldn't be hitting the ground. You would hit the person, and then you would like press a button on the staff, and then there would be like a big burst of energy out of that end, and it would like hit adjacent people.
Yeah.
Chain lightning.
Yeah. Not quite chain lightning, more like thunder wave, maybe.
Yeah, I want to do something like that.
Okay. Let's see. Let me look at the thing that you're putting this on.
Wait, under weren't we talking about possibly getting missiles for the ship? Wasn't that a thing?
We're going to be traveling in a Star Destroyer. I don't think we need to worry about that at this point.
For now.
For now, yes. But we were talking about it at one point. Using I think there's, one hard point left?
I think you have a hard point left, yeah.
We'd have to drop. No, we're full up. We'd have to drop.
Oh, that's right, you
the,
already
heavy
did that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think we're... Unless you want to replace one of the lasers with a missile launcher, I think we're good.
Yeah, and we'd have to replace the heavy because I don't think you can take the mediums off. If I'm reading the sheet correctly.
Why can't we take the mediums off?
No,
Because they're just...
You can take
we
the
can
mediums
swap
off.
them out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're all on hard points. Just because they came on the vessel doesn't mean you can't remove them.
Okay, so the ship has 6 hard points. It started with 2 lasers attached to 2 of them.
Yeah, so the reason that takes up a hard point is because it added an additional weapon. You can still replace existing weapons with other weapons as long as they're...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we could replace one of those medium lasers with like a turbo laser or something.
Not that.
Oh my
A turbo laser is
God.
too large to fit on your ship.
It's easier.
So what you're saying is we would really just be flying, or we'd be having essentially a hyperdrive and some armor strapped to the side of a gun.
Let me put it like this, Devati. You can't mount a turbo laser on your ship because you would be mounting your ship on the turbo laser.
I don't see the problem with that.
There is no gravity in space.
This is Star Wars.
Shut-
There's gravity in
So-
space.
The peaceful
No, we-
intentions goes Bert.
So, Pete, how do I add this?
I'm still working that out. Give me a second. I'm just working out how much this is going to cost. I'm going to say to do this will cost the base mod itself will be 1.5K. It will give your and this is something you're building yourself, so I'm not going to have you roll for rarity. You'll just be we'll have one of you roll to sort of assemble this the way you would for the hard contact or anything like that. And as a base, it will give your Electro Staff Blast 3 with an additional option to give it Blast 4.
Neat.
I'm talking about this like it's a stock. God.
Hey, Joe, are you joining us?
I don't have all my
Okay.
stuff updated, but I'm paying attention.
All right.
I got tomorrow off for once, so I can kind of hang out.
And then I'm looking at your thing, all the item qualities. The only other one I could see that could apply maybe to an electro staff is there's disorient and ensnare. And I figure those seem like they are things that the electro staff should be able to do one of those because it's an electro staff.
Well,
The
there's
stun setting is trash. It should be something that like immobilizes them or actually like disorients them or something.
there's something obvious that you're missing, which is knockdown. I mean, you could put disorient on it as well. That would be easier.
Wait, what?
So, knockdown would do exactly what it sounds like. Disorient adds black dice, or just one black die. But disorient would be making it like a stun baton.
Can I get another 1.5K? What are we gonna call this mod? Blast?
You can call it
Taser blade.
Hazer Blade. You know what? You're the one coming up with it. I will let you name it. But this attachment will take up one hard point on the weapon. And as base, it gives the weapon Blast 3, and then it has a mod that allows you to give it Blast 4.
Electro Blast.
Perfect. I like it. But it's 1.5K. Ah, yes, Hazer Taser. There you go. And if you want to do the mod, I don't know if you want to do that now, but it's 100 base.
Alright. Well, I think we should try and do both the mods. I have that one and the one for weighted.
Okay.
How much
Well-
money do you need for that?
It's I think it's just 100. Let me go to the section in the book. Yeah, it's a difficulty 3 mechanics check and 100 credits. However, I'm going to make this one harder since this is a brand new attachment of your own design. Perfect. So who's rolling this?
I'll roll it. Tee hee hee.
Okay, it's difficulty
I'm
3 with...
joking. I am fucking joking, and you know it.
Okay, well, somebody's got
What
to
do you
roll
think
it.
the tee hee hee was?
Yeah, he's
Here we
broken
go.
like 8 of my
I
attachments.
thought the tee-hee-hee was inviting disaster upon Hayes, and I was going to let you do it.
Oh,
Can't we find somebody in town that's capable of doing these things?
Yeah, like
And
why
just
is it
pay
so
them?
hard to find somebody? Gilbert's-
Hayes, I believe his explanation was that 3 ranks in something is like the maximum colloquial proficiency you're going to find. Like anyone with higher levels, like really, really super good.
Yeah, he's got it right. Like it's hard to find somebody in town to do this for you for the same reason that you can't just go into any town and find somebody who will like make a spell scroll for you.
I think he's just salty because the dice fucked him once,
Okay,
and
well,
he blames me for it.
Hayes, remember if this goes badly, you just have to buy another 100 credit attachment and you can try again.
I
Okay.
thought you said you had to buy a whole new weapon. You
Oh,
only have to.
No, you don't have to buy a actually wait, what does it say?
I don't know. I thought
A
you
whole
told
new
me I
weapon,
had to
that's how
buy
it's
a whole
written.
new weapon.
Well, it depends on how badly you fail. So if you succeed, if you fail, the mod is not installed, and you may not attempt to install that mod again.
Right, so we have to buy a
yes.
whole new weapon.
Yes, you do have to buy a whole new weapon. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right.
another 4.5 thousand.
Okay, fair. So, who wants to roll it?
I'll roll for it.
I have over 100 available XP.
I
Very
mean, I
nice.
could roll it.
Goodbye.
I have 2 greens to bring.
I mean, you do have Tenorok, he's pretty smart.
Damn it, Tanrock, build my weapon!
Oh, the question is to build the weapon with mechanics? Oh yeah,
no, you're not. I'm just gonna let you do that. I don't care at this point. This is for the mod.
What are we doing?
We're rolling to install the mod on Hayes'
Alright.
Taser. It is difficulty 2 purple, 1 red. Mechanics.
Alrighty. Someone want to flip a light side? Alrighty, here we go. I'm just gonna let you know ahead of time, Braytech. This is completely non-standard and might not work.
No, it works. The weapon now has Blast 4.
Yes.
It now works. Braytech looks at not Braytech. Brinks kind of looks at some of the futzed wiring with those threats. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Let me test if it works. Ah! And then you set it off and it like goes off in your face.
Now roll for the damage +1.
Okay, so this is a different attachment, so it's still only difficulty 3 and 100.
You do another light side because this is for damage.
You said 3P?
3p. Yeah, you install it.
Brinks is not sufficiently skilled at electronics. He's not a good mechanical engineer.
Anyway, is Braytech done with the fabricator?
What do you mean is he done? I'm doing all the fucking work.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's like, here, go fabricate this for me.
But Hayes is just standing there yelling at him the whole time.
Well, actually, yeah, because Brinks, you're the security officer, so he needs you to make the weapons. He doesn't have
Yep.
the recipe.
I've got the recipe.
Wait, explain how crit works again.
How crit works?
Yeah, like the crit number on a weapon.
So you want crit number to be lower because that's the number of advantages you have to spend to generate a critical hit. So if something gives you -1 crit, that's a good thing.
Could something hypothetically give me reduced crit?
Like what?
Um,
It's already crit 3, which is like pretty low, and I think you might also have things that
But all
reduce crit.
the-
I can't remember.
All the two-handed ones are crit 3.
Yeah, well, because those are blades. I like. They have
Yeah. It's easier to chop somebody's arm off with a blade.
No, I mean they're all crit 3, including the electro staff. That's standard.
Well, something brings
No.
my
I
power
could-
sword to crit 1.
I
Yeah, that's
could
because you had
make-
attachments that did that.
I could make your weapon a lower crit rating,
That's true. He can do that.
but I'm not going to.
Ah.
Because that would require me to make my shit less cool.
I've used, but I have it to crit 1, but the edge only reduces crit by 1. What did I get that reduces another crit?
Must have had something. Let's see. The power sword has base crit 3. Monomolecular edge reduces it by 1.
Did you have some skill tree thing that gave you a -1?
I don't think that's a thing.
I don't think we just screwed up on that. That must have come from somewhere.
It did.
I'm not seeing it though. Maybe I did fuck up. Maybe I just let you convince me that it was crit 1 when it should have been crit 2 the whole time.
Unless you changed it on a later sheet. It might have been crit
Sounds
2.
like a crit
It
2.
might have been a crit 2 to begin with.
I'm pretty sure it was always crit 3.
I don't think so. Because I could bring up an older version.
Was it
don't
originally
know.
crit 2? I feel like I wouldn't have done that.
I think it was.
Alright.
And then I think you said we would leave it.
I did say I would leave it because, yeah.
Hey Pete,
Yeah.
here's a hell of a question.
Mm.
Is it possible to find the item that is not located in the handbook called Crush Gauntlets?
You could find something like it if you could. I don't remember exactly what they do, but I think you did describe having something like that, and yeah, you could get something like that. Meaning, I will stat it out for you and make something cool.
Cool.
For the purposes of the money, how much should I put down for that?
What, like right now?
We can do it now or next session, but at some point you need to tell me how much money that costs.
That I would, for making a whole weapon for you, that's going to have to be next session. I
Okay.
can't do that in the while we're playing.
That's fine.
Brinks spends the 6 days tinkering in the room, taking spare parts and equipment. Steps out for 30 minutes, gets Braytac working, and goes back on the special gauntlets.
Tell you what, if you set aside like 3,000, then even if you leave the planet before the end of the session, I will say that like 3,000 will be. I mean, it's depending on how powerful I choose to make it. It might be a 2.5k weapon, but that's only if I make it really strong, and I don't think I plan to.
Understood. Like, unless
Yeah.
somebody wants to buy more stuff, we're going to have 7,200 left.
Yeah, I would say just to err on the safe side, set aside 3,000 credits for that.
Okay. Anybody else buying stuff?
I keep getting shot down.
That's a problem. You should work on that. You're the pilot.
Somebody got
Yeah.
the joke.
Perhaps next time we come here, we should try to find a more reputable pilot.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
Wow.
No,
Yeah, can't even hit a civilian with. I mean, terrorist.
Look. At least you haven't crashed the ship twice in the first arc of the story.
no, lousy bastard. Can't even do war crimes right. So is there anything anybody else is doing?
Negative.
Okay.
No, I'm just spending 6 days making crush gauntlets.
I finally figure out the lock on the mop closet I've been stuck in for like 3 weeks.
CHER got the broom closet ending on board the Peaceful Intentions.
That must have been
Turns
an
out-
uncomfortable ride, given what's happened.
Oh yeah.
Like a box of supplies I've been using has just been stuck in front of the door the whole time.
Hmm.
We moved it to get Braytak's shit working.
Yeah, when you go to rip out the secure compartment, you find him in there.
Oh man.
Wait, how-
Did we get you your disruptor rifle?
I don't remember.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Okay. That's good.
I remember that very clearly.
Yeah, I felt
Because
bad that you
HGR
had been so excited about that. So I was like, what the hell? I'll put it in. Who cares?
Much appreciation.
Yeah, we open up the secure compartment. It looks like this.
Yeah.
Hey, that's my bedroom from middle school.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you're not doing anything else at Exodine, then you would be free to go up and dock with the Harrower.
We do so.
Yeah, they've had their guys take a look at the astrogation data they've got, and the route it's a little risky, but it appears to be legitimate.
Oh shit, we're going there in a Star Destroyer?
Yeah, we're going in style.
Oh man.
Yeah, traveling in style.
It's the only way to fly.
Yeah, unfortunately, got to get my stat block out.
So that was literally all the things that I had on my list of talents I wanted that are not on that Force user talent tree. So,
Did you post that somewhere? Because it's
Probably.
not in D&D chat.
a long time ago.
Oh, okay. I thought you were the way you were saying
No,
that. made
what
it
I'm
sound
saying
as if
is
you had-
the XP I had was enough to buy all the things I had wish listed that I thought I was going to get anytime soon. So that was nice.
Okay.
We have all the things.
You're aware of how much XP you should have total by now, correct?
The total I was given over there was 425. That's including
have
all my
100?
racial stuff.
Yep, 100 starting and 15 of
Yes.
Bob.
Yeah.
You should have 310 XP plus whatever you're starting with.
So you have the same XP as me then. So any more sessions you miss, just ask me. I can give you mine.
So I am set.
Let's see. Oh, no, it's actually also got a class 2 hyperdrive, so no, it doesn't matter. But yes, let's see. Map, you guys are at Exodine. And it goes... So, Sparana's actually only one grid coordinate over. So, that would just take one day.
Wait,
And
it's
then
by
when-
Sparana?
Well, the route leaves from Sparana.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, you would have to go to Sparana because the calculations you got were for that route and only that route, meaning you have to go that way.
Okay.
Yeah. So you would go to Sparana, which is... It takes one day to do that on the Star Destroyer. And then you set out on this this brand new route that you've gotten from that prisoner, who is also now in the brig on board the Harrower. That takes you another day to complete this hyperspace route. And when you emerge from hyperspace, you emerge over a very cold and desolate-looking ice world of sorts. It's got like oceans, though large parts of them, though not all of it, appear to be frozen around the poles. But it looks very cold. And that, I think, is where we will call it, because I had to work late today and I'm kind of tired.
Fair.
And also, it's just a natural stopping point.
Mm-hmm.